This is Dark Sun Dungeon World. We're playing games.
Woo!
No, we're playing one singular game, actually.
No, we're all playing games with you, Shawn.
We're all actually playing a different game.
Yeah. Each person brought in their own rule system, right?
We haven't told anyone else what that rule system is.
It's going to feel a lot like Calvin Ball. So yeah, that's exciting. What did I? I completely lost my train of thought. This is what it looks like to see a man slowly go insane. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Last week we got a chance to see where I guess one of our bonds between Gideon and Osvald came from. We got to see a little bit of backstory for
the unnatural menace that he blames me for creating.
I love it.
The unnatural menace.
That was so perfect.
And this week we're going to get to see a little bit of Tenna Boone's backstory. And see where Tenna Boone comes from. And we're also, you might notice that we have another guest star.
Yay!
Yes! You may recognize this person.
Maybe.
And when I say you may, what I mean by that is you are allowed to recognize.
You are given permission by the
I am
game
giving you
master.
permission to recognize this person. So those of you in the chat, applaud now.
Everybody.
Please clap.
Please clap.
Please clap.
We'll wait.
Anyway, so Alyssa is back playing Embyr for this week. It's going to be frustrating because one thing about Embyr is that Embyr is insanely powerful. Embyr has guns in Dark Sun, so Embyr just kills things. Also, Embyr, what level is Embyr?
6.
6, yeah. So Embyr's, we're just one running thing, like about the halfway point of season 1 was, how do I deal with balancing this at my table? The real answer was I couldn't. I pretty much was just like, all right, well, we'll just... Full disclosure, I can't. So Alyssa is back and is going to play hell with anything that I try to do, and is probably going to ruin everything.
Always.
So yeah,
But that's really not much different from what all of us try to do on
yeah.
a weekly basis.
Yeah,
So.
it's,
Right.
I've just given her more mechanical ability to ruin things.
Yeah,
Whether
right.
you guys do it more in a story way. Different strokes for different folks. But
I've also
you're all,
put gas. I mean, I've also put sugar in your gas tank this
Yes,
time. So
yeah, you have.
that's a little fun fact just for us.
Yeah, I also promised on Monday Night Dungeon Fight. They were asking, well, why should people tune in this week? And I said, because one character will die.
Ooh.
And they were like, oh, that seems crazy. And I was like, oh, yeah, or not.
And it will be Shawn's soul.
All right, yeah. So we'll see what happens this week.
Right.
But currently, we are going to flash. So last week, we flashed forward, and then we're flashing back again to Tenna Boone's home.
The other way, right?
Yeah, we flashed
flashed
back
and now we're flashing forward.
No, we're and then now we're flashing back again.
Flashing backer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
We're
so
going back
we're
to
going
double
back
back
to the
Back
future.
to the
again.
back.
You could
Yeah.
say we're going back to the future.
No, we're
No.
going
Well, we
future.
went back
We
to
never
the
went back to
future,
the future.
and now we're returning to the past again.
No, we're going front to the past.
Front to the back, sure.
Front to the back.
Yeah, we're front to back. Is that how
Front to back.
Front to back.
okay.
Is that how your parents
Now I
taught
get
you
it.
to wipe?
Yeah.
Front to back.
Oh my God. There's a video called Potty Time, and it had a little song about wiping front to back.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is fun.
Sorry, that's
Now that no one is watching anymore.
I'm really happy that you all tuned in
yeah.
this week.
This is shit talk, which is not what you think it is, where we like shit talk people. No, we literally just talk about
about
poop.
Talk about
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, these characters have all.
Modelos, if you would like one.
Yeah,
yeah,
we have our
anyone
standard tall boys.
Anyone
That.
can one of my not tall boys, one of my regular boys.
Oh,
Short
this
boys.
is one of your regular
Short
boys. Short boys. Poor little short boys.
Shout out of love to all the short boys.
Yeah.
All you shouty.
I saw, who was it? I think it was Eliza Skinner had a great tweet this week that was, it said, my type ? Guys whose legs have accidentally grown too long, and it said every girl in 2016. Because tall guys are a thing.
They're so hot right now.
Yeah, they are really hot always. Since forever, I'm pretty
they're
sure.
closer to the sun.
Yeah, they're closer to the sun.
That's a fact.
It's science.
That's science.
So you guys all know each other. Then this is before. So Alyssa, this is before the events of season 1. Before Yenin took over the city of Tyr and turned it into the legendary Free City of Tyr. So there is no freedom. Yeah, there's no freedom in Dark Sun. It does not exist, and there's certainly no freedom in Tyr. Tyr being one of they're all crapsack terrible
So I'm
cities.
super
but-
powerful now.
Sure.
And then going into season 1, it's like I become like less powerful
Sure,
and then become
yeah.
more powerful
Sure.
again.
Does so? Some people may be wondering, like, how does that make sense? Fuck you.
That's how.
That's my response to that question, because I don't care to retrofit character sheets, and also
So lazy.
yeah. It's laziness and it's I care about the environment. I don't want to print more paper for no reason. So
I like that. You won me over. There you go.
Yep, yeah, that's all I needed to do was just
Yeah.
talk about. You're a fucking hippie. All right, so as we flash back, you guys have adventured together in the past before, so you all know each other fairly well. I'm not going to have any of you. Actually, I'll have you. Yeah, because you haven't seen these people. You haven't watched the show probably, because who the fuck would watch this garbage? This pile of garbage. So I'll have
Really
you
good
guys
point.
introduce
It's a
your
really good point.
characters so that Alyssa knows who you are and kind of a little bit of your shtick, and then Alyssa can go. We'll start with Tenna Lee Boone.
All right, here's my shtick. My name's Tenna Lee Boone, and I'm a fighter. And I like to, I don't know, how do you describe my character? I tend to not use my weapon. I don't know why that's a thing, but it has become one. So improvising weaponry has sort of become a thing that I do.
Kind of Jackie Channing it a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah, and
A
sure.
lot less graceful and more brutal.
yeah, a lot more gross sometimes. That aside, though, I've always been good at fighting, so I kind of find myself in the position where I'm always like willing to get into a fight, which has been getting us into some trouble, and not super smart. So that's Tenna Lee Boone.
Something but not smart.
Oh yeah.
Real quick, and just remember that for those of you in the chat, if you want to donate to help Kelsey out at some point during the stream, you can certainly do so.
Southern Comfort.
Yeah, by donating for Southern Comfort, which we always appreciate, and we'll give her advantage on her damage. So she would appreciate any donations that you throw her way.
And you're also a mule.
That's true.
I am, Darrel.
A
Thank
mule in
you.
Dark Sun. For people who know Dark Sun, you know that mules are the business.
The business.
Yeah, da biz.
Yes.
Dot biz.
Dot biz.
Dot biz.
Tenna Lee
Dot
Boone.
biz.
Dot biz.
All right, I am Osvald Torgen, and I am a half-giant psychic warrior. And I'm not real smart, although I have started learning how to write a little bit. I can write my name, I can write my address.
It's very
Pretty,
impressive.
That's about it
pretty
right now.
Cool, yeah.
Although not in the past.
Nope.
No, not in the past.
Not now. We
Yeah.
have revoked your literacy.
Yeah.
I would
and-
not call that literacy.
And depending on if we're in the past, all magic's bad. I don't like any magic, but if we're in the present time, then I against all magic except druidic magic, because a spirit of a giant emperor,
A ghost told him it was cool.
told me that it was good.
His beliefs are a little
So-
fickle.
It's like vaguely Hamletian.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Osvald.
Cool.
That's Oswald.
That's
Oh, so for Oswald, I can't remember the name of Oswald's donation.
Empath.
It's called Empath.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, cool.
I have it.
Hey, listen, I mean, you have it written down, so it must be true. Yeah, and so that's
He took great pains to write it.
yeah.
Great pains. It's
and-
really hard for him to
Yeah.
write.
Yeah.
And as
I learned
the
how to write my ability, yeah.
as kind of the default tank in this group, kind of tank / healer, you can help him out by giving him essentially like a damage reflect type ability, so that he can force his enemies to feel the pain that they're inflicting upon him. So if you donate for that, then I'm sure Darrel will be much appreciative.
I would.
Jordan also has an amazing thing to donate for, which
Mine will really help me out.
It's
Yeah.
probably been the most
The
most
single
helpful.
thing throughout the entire campaign.
yeah. Go ahead
Yeah,
and
for
explain your
sure.
character.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Gideon Longfellow. I am a anarchist revolutionary bombardier, and I just carry lots of bombs on me. I just like really enjoyed explosions and like the alchemy of like black powder and stuff ever since I like learned how to do it. I'm actually pretty well educated for a Black Sun person.
We're gonna get along.
But yeah, I'm
and
pretty well.
guns.
I'm not particularly the most common sensey kind of guy. Is this earlier than last time?
Sure, it can be.
I'm just like, is this?
No,
we
let's
back
have you
further
missing
in
your
the past?
fingers.
Okay, so yes, so
This happened
is-
right after this last week's
Okay.
session.
All right, in the last session, I only have 3 fingers in my left hand because of an explosive accident, which we got to play
Yeah,
out
we got to
last
actually
time.
see why you lost
did.
It was
2
great.
fingers.
I am a heavily anti-authority to a like pretty much pathological level. Which
Is it bad that most of Gideon's arguments that he makes are like, that's pretty mainstream thought, right? that's normal for me to think that, right?
yeah, right? It's
Okay,
totally good. And I blow things up. That's really it. And my donation ability is that one of the many, because I just wear a greatcoat full of like grenades and nitroglycerin type stuff and like half-built bombs that I just like carry around with me because I'm pretty nomadic. And if you all donate, then I will drop the bomb, which just means one of the bombs in my coat just falls out and explodes.
It just comes rolling out and blows up.
Yeah.
Super Looney Tunes style.
Yep.
I blew up a farm once
The
because of that.
most ridiculous.
It's
thing.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a bomb can fall out of your greatcoat, and here's the great thing: everyone else's donation thing is very clearly beneficial for their character. Jordan's is just chaos.
Oh, it's absolute chaos.
It's just chaos.
Which is perfect for his character.
Yeah, it's pandemo. Okay.
I only have 15 hit points, and a full bomb can do 2d10 damage, so it is
Yeah.
very possible for chat to just kill me.
Yeah, at any moment.
And that's really what we were aiming for this week. So.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you do that, chat, then I don't have to make good on my promise to kill a character. So that's nice. Thank you for that favor. If you decided
It's
to do
all
that.
about teamwork.
I mean, was your promise that you would kill a character or just that a character would die?
I said a character would die.
Ah, see?
So exactly. So chat can take care of it for me, and then I don't. Because listen, I don't like to get in. I don't like to get my hands dirty. It's like, like I don't want to strangle a person. Like that's not good. But I would pay somebody to kill somebody.
Right.
Like that
strangle that
ethically.
person.
Yeah, I don't have a concern about hiring somebody. Yeah, to strangle somebody. Yeah, because I would require they do it in the grossest way.
Sure.
I'd be like, hey, can you kill somebody for me? Of course, I do wet work. Okay, but can you do it only with your bare hands?
I have to say,
Oh, man.
I was a little relieved to find out this was a flashback after you promised that somebody would die in this thing.
Well, but it
I was
shouldn't
like-
relieve you that much because it's a flashback, so none of you can really die in this episode.
Yeah, but what
Just
I'm
like
saying
we
is
all
if you're
couldn't
guaranteeing
really
someone
die
died in
last
this episode, and I did in the last present day episode with pissing off a sorcerer king pretty directly.
We'll be met a necromancer, so.
Well, I'm just saying,
Just saying, Jordan.
I feel like I was a pretty high candidate on that kill
Yeah.
list.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if Yenin has like, a kill list, and he almost certainly does, then you're on it.
Yeah.
I mean, probably before the events of.
You would.
Yeah, Yenin has a kill list. Then yeah, you were probably on it weeks ago, more than likely.
Probably the
moment
first
you were
day you
born.
met him.
Yeah. Yenin met him and was like, this one is a problem.
I'm not
It was
useful
nice
to
to
a
meet all of
functioning
you.
government.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, especially a functioning government where like everything seems nice. You're like, oh, this is such a problem.
I'm the sort of character that like, if I help put you in power, you should probably have me killed.
Right.
Almost immediately.
Yeah.
You're one of the servants that gets buried so that nobody knows where the treasure was hidden.
All right, let's introduce our guest player, Alyssa.
Hello, I am Embyr Duskgrove. I am a halfling gunslinger. Who is...
That's why you have the short boy.
That's why I have the short boy.
Yeah.
Halfling drink of choice. Ember's pretty quiet and kind of heavy, like emotionally. Carries around a lot of her past. Her family was like just murdered brutally in front of her. She came from like a small village, and there was like a raid, and she couldn't save anybody, and just sort of carries that around all the time. And whenever she gets really sad or annoyed or whatever, she cleans her guns. So if she's cleaning her guns, there's probably something wrong. A lot of the time. Which is a lot of the time.
Yeah, Darksun's not a happy world, so unfortunately.
But she can make a hell of a gun.
Yeah, that's true. And it's definitely an art which is, which has been lost to the world. So this would be the only person that you've ever seen carrying firearms around. Darksun is not a place where people carry guns.
Dad taught me how.
Yeah.
And then died.
So that is Embyr. You have adventured with Embyr a little bit in the past, or at least the three of you have adventured before in the past, and you've just now actually met Tenna Boone as you've been hired. You're in, let's see, what city? I know this, but I don't know it. So you all have been hired by a not the Sorcerer King, but like one of the dignitaries of a city to help as you've been. There have been raids that have been happening on caravans that keep heading towards Tyr out of the city, and so one of the noble houses has actually hired you to help protect the caravan, or protect a caravan that's going out, and then leave as the caravan reaches about the halfway point, you're to divert yourself from the caravan, go off the road, and try and find the camp of brigands or whatever it is that's been attacking these caravans. So this is just a job you found through an innkeeper, and the three of you are brought to a very nice noble house. And inside, you actually meet Tenna Boone, who is kind of the honor guard for these mostly government officials / wealthy family of nobles.
Innkeepers have got to get tired of being like ye old Craigslist
Exactly.
in these worlds.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they get a cut of it. That's the deal. So it's the city of Rom is where you are currently. RAAM. And Tenna Boone
interestingly enough, it was built in a day.
Rom was built in exactly one day.
It was a big magical event. Built Rom.
Yeah. So as you meet Tenna, you can tell that. So first, you're introduced by the butler or whatever, and he brings you in and says, "This will be your contact for, or this will be your contact for this mission." The house is sending a guard along with you just to make sure that everything goes okay. They want somebody who's a little more well-trained and under control and not wild. And this is someone who, for us, has always been very reliable and sticks to the plan, sticks to the rules, and keeps things calm. So,
yeah, I'd say we generally stick to the plan, right? Things don't go that wrong.
Yeah, I do what the mission is.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
We've always walked out of things like alive.
I see what the goal is and I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I kind of resent the implications.
No, there's no implication. We just want to make sure that we have someone who's of a different background.
I like to keep a level head under pressure.
Okay. Well, I'm always happy to have help. Because the more people you have to get a goal, the better. It's hard for me to explain.
Look, I don't particularly like having some hired person like looking over our shoulder for the whole thing, but fine.
So there's
gotta keep the customer satisfied.
So for the noble house that you work for. So for the noble house that she works for.
I can hear you.
Oh, sorry.
You're right there. So for the noble house that you work for, it's you and three other guards essentially, and your whole job is just to protect this noble family, and that's been your job for years, probably going to be your job for years, and it's probably what you'll die doing. That's just what your life is, and probably never going to change.
I bet it doesn't change.
For sure, it's not going to change.
I'd put money on
the
it.
family name
I would
again?
put money on it.
The family name is Abletons.
Ableton's. Okay.
The Abletons.
Yeah. So the Ableton family is a very powerful one in Rom. In fact, they actually have. The Sorcerer King's in charge. There's no question about that. But the Sorcerer King does have, representatives in the government to make it seem like there's people making choices besides him. So, and the Ableton family does have government representatives, so they're very well off.
Give me them dice.
So, the butler says, "Well, my understanding is you'll be put up in an inn just down the street, and tomorrow morning the caravan leaves." He hands you a map. I'm sorry, half giant. I was actually just
I'll take it.
I was just gonna ask if the half giant could read, but that's good.
I can look at pictures.
That was only slightly embarrassing.
And you look at pictures better than anybody else.
Thank you, Gideon.
He's a good friend. Russell.
So yeah, on the map, it's kind of your standard area surrounding map, but they've actually modified. You see kind of drawn in. They've charted a path off of the normal caravan route off to the side, and you see, there's kind of they have kind of an area that they've, written, camps ? They think they've narrowed it down to kind of this general area out in the desert where they think these raids are coming from. But it's a pretty big, it's a several mile area in the desert, so you might, you're going to be looking around a little bit to find it. But
So what have they been raiding again?
just caravans,
Just caravans.
particularly ones that this family has an interest in, and that's part of the problem is that they're losing a lot of money on these
And
caravans.
is there anything that differentiates these caravans from others? Like, do you fly a crest or?
Oh yeah, all of these caravans have the family crest on them.
Well, I say that we set up a little caravan of our own instead of going to search for them. What if we get them to come to us?
Yeah, that sounds like
Right?
that sounds like a plan.
Yeah, if we set up a caravan, and we can load it up with us and explosives and stuff like that. We
was
could
waiting
get
for
them.
that, for that shoe to
Well,
drop.
you know what? When all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, and all I've got's a lot of bombs. So everything looks like it could blow up.
Well, most things are flammable.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, let's set up a caravan. They'll take us right into the middle of their place, and then we'll pop out and then knock them out.
I like that plan.
It's better than trying to comb some desert and wasting all our resources out there.
That does seem like an interesting idea. Do you mind if I grab my master to have you propose it to him?
Sure, bring him out.
So the butler leaves and does not return. The next person you see come out, you're in kind of a nice big foyer, beautiful room with some sitting sofas, and the next thing you see out comes for Dark Sun, very old human male, like in his 50s. People usually don't live that long in Dark Sun, so you see very, very elderly man come out and kind of the black, pepper, gray pepper, black
Salt and
pepper,
pepper.
salt and pepper.
Salt,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, black pepper hair.
Pepper hair.
Okay, so I should have just said he's like a silver fox or whatever. Kind of the very good-looking George Clooney
Is he
type.
tall?
Yeah, his legs have grown to be unusually long.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously the women just go crazy for him because of those unusually biologically long legs. So
I'm just
he,
imagining someone with like weirdly long legs and like a short torso.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like just like a very odd.
I mean, that's kind of how most tall people are.
Weird, squat little torsos.
So he comes out and shakes each of your hands and introduces himself as Taya Ableton. My name's Taya. I'll be working with you a little bit on solving this problem.
Well, Taya, I've been thinking a little bit about how these bandit gangs tend to operate, and let me tell you, if we have a lot of area to be going over, the thing is, bandit gangs normally are going to be somewhat, I'm going to spout lore for this, they're somewhat nomadic groups. They'll have scouts all over the place, and if they see us coming trying to search for them, they'll have their entire camp moved by the time we get there, or they'll set up an ambush to get us. Why don't we just, can I roll lore?
You don't even need to spout lore. That's true.
Boom!
That's true.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
So I think that a much more successful tactic would be to just get them to take us right into the middle of their camp. If they've been consistently striking your caravans, then we set up a caravan, put your crest on it, maybe have a few armed men to seem like we're really trying to get this one through, and let them beat us, take us into the middle of their camp. We pop out and take them down. We'll have every piece of thing that's being transported, every piece of cargo will already be rigged, so we could trigger it to blow up at any time. So even if they distribute it amongst their place, we could take out an entire camp in one fell swoop.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that there are some problems that could arise from that, obviously, but none of them are going to impact me. As long as you're comfortable traveling in a caravan full of explosives.
Gideon knows his explosives.
Well, that's what the innkeeper told me. Is you're
We've
actually
traveled in a caravan before, so you guys are decently comfortable traveling in a caravan full of explosives.
Anytime you're with Gideon, there's going to be explosives everywhere, and explosions.
Yeah,
too.
you've lived actually lived a pretty comfortable life to this point. So this
sounds crazy.
Yeah.
And we're just like,
yeah, the three of you guys are like, sure, of course. Well, I don't understand why
I'm just like, I don't even know what I've gotten myself into.
Well,
I think I have like one eyebrow at this point.
Sure.
Yeah.
The missing eyebrow is the same side that you have the missing fingers on.
Yeah.
Because that's the side that.
Well, because I blew up a cleric's head with it.
Yeah.
Just like,
Oh yeah, he has exploding gloves, Alyssa. That's an important.
That's how he lost his fingers.
Yeah, he lost his fingers because he put explosives into gloves so that he can slap people and have explosions.
Blow up.
He did not consider that there could be problems with
there's
that.
blood hand.
I think I considered it, and I decided it
You were
wasn't
like,
important enough to not have exploding gloves.
Yeah, that's true. You're not a stupid character.
You made
You're
a pros
just
cons list, and the pros of exploding gloves outweighed the con of possibly losing digits.
I think if
You
I
didn't lose
went,
the whole hand.
yeah.
Right.
There were like 50 pros on the list, but all of them were like blows up, blows up, blows up. Like, well,
if I went to a fortune teller and the
one
fortune
thing
teller
to
was
be
like,
honest.
"I know how you die. You die in an explosion," I would be like, "I want my money back."
that's not right. That's not fair at all.
I'll be like, "I knew that." But yeah, I mean, look, Ableton, if you give me a day or two, I could rig up a bunch of bombs and all these different things. We just, put a little bit of actual cargo around it. They'll spread it out amongst their camp, because I'll tell you, these places, when they get cargo, they don't like to keep it in one place.
Right.
They're going to want to spread it out so that they can't be like counter-ambushed, counter-raided. But this is just letting them sow the seeds of their own destruction.
So here's part of the reason why I brought you in, besides getting rid of this problem, is to also find out where it's coming from. So if you can determine where their camp is and find a way to speak with the leader or find out where what the motivation is for these attacks, that would be helpful. Because it's not, the motivation isn't simply theft. That's very clear. Because the other houses aren't having problems with theft like we are. Caravans get attacked all the time. That's fine. That's fairly normal. But every one of our caravans has been getting attacked over the past 6 weeks. Every caravan we have is being attacked. The other houses aren't experiencing this to the same degree. So there's something else. We're being targeted very clearly. So that is something we need to figure out.
All right, so we figure out whose payroll these guys are on.
Exactly. Some sort of evidence so that we can act on that evidence. Whether it's another house in town or a business competitor, or and maybe you find nothing, and maybe it's just coincidence.
Well,
I don't think that's likely.
In my experience, nothing makes people more excited about telling you secrets than finding out that anything within 30 feet of them could be incinerated at any moment.
I can see how that would motivate a person to speak. Just another warning about what you're getting yourself into. These are half giants.
Oh.
So,
Osvald, remember that doesn't make them our friends.
Oh.
But
Oh. I thought this was going to be much easier.
so just be aware that it's very dangerous.
We
You're
don't
looking
know
at-
that. Once they see me, maybe they won't fight.
Well, I think the half giant way is to be aggressive and brutal. That's just how half giants are.
all right.
Yeah, unless they respect me, they're going to respect me.
Okay.
Because
Well,
I'm a great warrior.
Not all half giants are the same, okay?
no, I'm not saying that all half giants are the same. I'm just saying that they're raised in a way that it feels
Okay.
like.
I think
Sounds like you're
I
saying they're
know
all the
about
same.
half giants. Ableton.
I'm sorry.
You know, you're digging yourself a hole right now, Ableton. And I just say, be happy while you can still clamber out of it.
I understand. Thank you for taking this work, and I'm sure that something will happen. So thank you for this. And
Something will.
right, I'm
right.
not sure
Something
how
always
this is gonna. I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna turn out, but especially with the explosives, if you could, please don't set off explosives all across their camp, in case they still have maybe they still have our goods from before. I'd like to recover it if possible.
I'll see what I can do.
Right. Well, how about what if I gave you a commission of the goods you bring back that are not blown up?
All right.
And then that way you have an incentive. The more you bring back, the more that you'll make.
Okay. Well, no. We have other methods than just blowing things up.
Okay.
Embyr, Osvald, you guys can be a little more subtle about things. New girl, I don't know what you do, but
I can handle my own self.
all right.
She actually, you notice that she has very impeccable armor. It's cleaned very well. She's got a shield with the family crest on it, and a beautiful gleaming long sword as well. So just impeccable, dressed to the nines. Very.
I look good.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, I mean, if you didn't know better, you would think this person may actually be a member of the upper class. You're not. But just looking at how well they're put together, this is a very well-treated worker. But still, worker.
Mm-hmm.
So for the evening, Taya mentions to you, if you'd like, you can join us for dinner this evening, or you can go back to your inn, back in the other.
I'm
over there.
hungry.
Yeah, I'm not one to say no to free food.
Well, you're certainly welcome, and if you'd like, you can return in about an hour. We'll start we'll start seating people in about an hour for the banquet.
Do you have any appetizers? I'm hungry.
Oh, you mean right now? You want to eat right this moment?
Like something to hold me over.
Oh,
because I'm really hungry.
Half giants tend to get pretty hungry.
I have actually. That is true. I have heard that about half giants. They eat an awful
They
lot.
eat a whole lot.
Yeah.
Tell you what, let's head back to the inn for an hour, pick up some of those eggs you like, and we can come back and have our full meal afterwards, right?
This is a good plan. Gideon has good plans.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Before you leave, can I ask you, of the three of you, who? So you're the leader?
No, we don't really have a leader.
You know, we all have equal say. It's a democracy.
See, hierarchies naturally lead
Thing
to
we came up
corruption.
with. That we made up.
That you made up?
I call it a democracy. I came up with this.
Strange new word.
There's
Hierarchies, no matter how much they're founded on a good principle, naturally lead to corruption of the people on the top. When you allow a single centralized entity to make rules, it's in their interest to make rules that let them continue to be a centralized entity.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out who I should put on the contract, but whatever.
Everyone.
Okay, I'll just put your name. I'll put all of your names on it. It's fine.
That'll
It doesn't
do.
matter.
Are you sure these are the folks you want to go on? Head on with this project?
These are the people who responded to fighting half giants.
On the
I guess
Craigslist
that's
ad.
true.
Yeah. I put out a notice to all of the innkeepers, and I got these ones, and then I got another group which was just literally criminals.
I mean,
Oh no,
this
We're
one
only
seems
technically criminals.
This one seems
Right.
like a bit of a wild card.
at very best, right? Yeah, that would be the most friendly description of this character. But this one, I think actually I trust an awful lot.
I mean, there's something about him that I kind of like.
Very genial, seems open to suggestion, which is good. Doesn't seem to have any strongly held opinions about anything, so that's good.
He seems impressionable.
Impressionable, exactly. So I think we'll be okay there.
Yeah, I'm
He's
okay.
like, I'm that.
I'm okay, yeah.
I haven't quite pegged this one yet.
No, it is very unclear. The only thing I know is that they say that this one doesn't use magic but uses fire somehow. Like, I don't know how it works.
Well, I'll report back to you on that.
Obviously, if she does use magic, then we'll have her killed. But
Well, of course.
yeah. And Osvald has no problem with that.
I just want to be like, only fit.
Yeah,
Only
that's
fitting.
the fair way to do it.
Can't-
So you guys head
can't
back
use
to
them.
the inn for an hour.
Unless they
and-
think my bang sticks are magic. They're like, those are magic.
Yeah, well, that's the thing
They are
is
science.
Yeah, water is
Filled with
science.
magic.
if I
Water
remember.
is science.
Yeah, water is science. I don't think fire is
It's
science.
the most powerful
No.
science.
Yeah.
We have discovered this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the nice thing is clerics can cast detect magic, and like your guns always pass with flying colors. They're just not magical, which is always surprising to people, but they're not. So you head back to the inn or the three of you head back to the inn for an hour, and you'll be expected to speak at the banquet to all of the nobles.
Okay.
And I'll start rigging up a few like minor, like probably grenade level bombs that could just go off in like cargo bits.
Just like set fires, basically.
Yeah, just to create chaos instead of like really blowing things up.
As I'm eating my egg, I'm thinking of this new government system that I've come up with.
The
called
democracy. Cool.
You're going to start writing out documents.
Well, I can't write
Nope.
it, but I'm just thinking about it.
Like
One of
drop.
these days, I'm going to learn how to write, and I'm going to write up this thing called
This is what
democracy.
is done.
You actually create like a fully formed like democratic republic system, and you like work it all out. It's like explicitly, it's exquisitely
It's
put
like
together,
impeccable.
and then you just like forget it over the course of a week.
Yeah.
I wish I could have taken a record.
It would have been nice if you could just write it down. Yeah, so what you have is a lot of pictures of democracy.
Like multiple people. Like,
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
Like, I don't understand.
like,
These
Like people standing together.
on one side you see like 7 people standing together, on the other side you see 5 people standing together, and like the 5 people look sad and the 7 people look happy.
Like, on their-
Like,
Yeah,
why
they're
are they
like-
all raising their hands? They're voting. What the hell is happening?
That's when they say what their opinion is.
Oh, so
There's
they're
like-
asking
there's
to get
like-
killed.
Yeah, there's like one person on each side that's just like yelling at their own side. just haranguing them. So yeah, that's those are the pictures that Osvald draws in his room at the inn while he's eating his egg. If any of you all want to eat before the banquet, you can too, or drink or whatever else. But when you come back to or pick up supplies because you have plenty of time. When you come back to the house, you see there's actually a line of people that people lined up ready to go inside the house for the banquet.
Y'all don't have to wait in the line. You can come up this way with me.
Oh,
Oh.
No
Yeah, so
way.
you cut the line in front of what look like a lot of merchants and shopkeepers and stuff like that. And
I
you cut
light
about
us
20
Yelling and
spots.
angry that we get to
Oh, they don't say a word. They don't actually yell or complain, but you can tell they're like, oh, this sucks.
I pull out a cigar on the way in and like light it with one of my little like alchemical matches, and I'm just like,
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Oh, I mean, I know it'll kill me eventually, but hey, I'm enjoying it, right?
That's not entirely what I meant.
Well, the science is still out on it, but you can't imagine that inhaling smoke into your lungs can be good for you in the long term, am I right?
But you feel comfortable with everything else.
Well,
aside
yeah.
from the cancer.
I mean, it makes me look cool.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I can handle myself.
I hear you.
So
As we scoot past people in the line, time to time I say, "Excuse us, we're special."
You are
so
very
endearing.
special.
Yeah. I don't mean it to be. This is a fact. This is happening.
yeah, I mean, it's objectively true. They can't deny it because clearly,
Clearly we are.
yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't be ahead of them in line. So you skip about 20 spots in line and go right in the front door.
Yeah, they're like, that one's on fire, that one's big, and that one's really small.
Yeah. So it's fairly unusual, but you actually do see a couple of other people smoking inside the house when you get in there. So it's definitely not a common vice to see in Dark Sun, but you do see some people as well. So they don't seem to have a problem with you smoking inside. It's not this fucking bullshit like we live in here in America.
Yeah.
Guys, everyone should be able to smoke in all enclosed spaces.
Only in enclosed spaces.
What is this, Nazi Germany? Come on.
What? Yeah. Well, I've been saying that for years. I've been saying that for a long time.
And no one will answer you.
For
You're like, are
literally-
we in Nazi Germany or
Are we
not?
in Nazi- yeah,
And everybody just
really
turns
asking.
around and
Yeah.
just walks away. And
Yeah.
he's like, you won't answer my question.
Yeah.
They just
And
roll their
I
eyes.
shake them as they're running away. I'm like, what year is it? What year?
Maybe they can't understand because I'm supposed to be speaking German? If this is Nazi Germany, it would make so much more sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Very confusing.
I hope that was caught on camera. I'm really glad. I missed my mouth when I went to eat that.
I wish I'm gonna have to go back and watch that because that's one of my favorite things to
I've
watch.
definitely done that. Like, it's right here, and I'm like, my mouth has been in the same spot on my face for many years.
There's very few things in this world that are more entertaining to me than watching humans just fail at being human.
Just being
Like
human.
you just can't figure out the very basic fundamentals.
In your mouth.
This motion that we learned at infancy
Or just like, I feel like
becomes
everyone's...
somehow complicated.
I feel like
This
everyone's
isn't
had a
really
moment
food.
where they're just
This
like
is-
standing still somewhere and they suddenly like lose their balance
Yeah.
and fall over and they're
Yeah.
like, what happened
I
there?
tripped over gravity.
Yeah.
I just stopped being up for a moment.
I wasn't even moving.
All of a sudden,
I was
ground.
just standing.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it could be ghosts.
I'm always saying that, and no one ever.
It just makes it worse. I fell over out of nowhere, and then I claim that it's ghosts. People
Well,
would seem to
whenever-
do like double the damage.
whenever-
I'm
something-
the asshole
Yeah.
instead of the ghost that just tripped me in the middle of the street. It's unbelievable.
Ghost pranksters.
See, I'm constantly having the thought, well, it couldn't be ghosts. And it makes things much simpler.
You're always taking the opposite stance of everyone else, Gideon.
Well, I think Gideon is like, well, it probably isn't ghosts, but it could be, which is why his opinion is radically different from mine, which is that it is ghosts.
Definitely, 100%.
Always.
Everything.
Yeah. Yeah, people are like, God, climate change is real. I'm like, well,
It's a
it's
ghost.
ghosts.
They do tend to like have an effect on the temperature.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But as
Well-
population increased, the number of ghosts also increased because more people were dead.
Well, I would argue that
The
because
ghost population's getting bigger
Right.
and bigger.
yeah,
There's
well,
an overpopulation
the ghost
problem in the
population
ghost
is
community.
exploding.
Yeah.
No, so here's the logic.
Dinosaur
Global
ghosts.
warming is ghosts.
Yeah.
Ghosts aren't real, so global warming is fake.
See, here's
Perfect logic.
You just changed the world, Jordan.
No, it's dinosaur ghosts because because the oil comes from dinosaur bellies.
From their bellies.
From their bellies specifically, because that's also why we have myths of dragons. So that's
dragons
Are they
were
myths?
real.
They're real.
well, no, they were real.
They
exactly.
are real currently.
They are currently real.
Present day.
And anyway, so dinosaur
Pete
ghosts.
had a dragon. We
Right.
saw it. They made more than one movie.
They rebooted it because the story is still true
Look,
to this day.
people
and
just
that dragon
keep
is
dying
real
with
in
the
that
unfinished
movie.
business
It's a real
of
dragon that they found that they
I need to
shot.
make things hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to stop people from dying without them making.
So basically,
That's how we solve
That took a
global-
minute
yeah.
to like unwind in my
Make
head.
people not die.
So basically, it's just a bunch of
were like,
it's a
like,
bunch
they
of like
shot
cheap. It's a bunch of
That's
cheap
not the
dads
story.
that are dying that don't want to let you turn on the AC.
Tenna.
Yeah.
Dark Sun tangent here, guys.
All right, Dark
That's
Sun
what
tangent.
we do. It is what we do.
So you're seated at your own, well, not entirely your own banquet table, but the four of you are, the three of you are seated at a table with three other people.
I want everyone to be aware that they gave me like books to sit on.
To make you nice
We
and
got a
even.
special booster seat area set up for you.
I make a lot of jokes.
I
about
like
how
to
short
believe
it
that
is.
with in a city where there's like halflings and dwarves and things, that there's like chairs that are meant for that.
I mean, probably.
Of course,
I
yeah.
just think it's funny to imagine
So
her.
that sitting on books.
Yeah.
They knew you were coming and they were still like, oh shit, get some books.
Okay, so you're seated at a table with two women, an elf and a dwarf, and a man that is a halfling. So
He's also on books.
He's also on books.
yeah, exactly. He's booked up. And so it's six to a table, and you notice all the other banquet tables are six to a table. And then at the front, there's a long table which you're seated at, kind of on a dais in the front for everybody to look up at. And it takes about 45 minutes of waiters circulating around with hors d'oeuvres and food and stuff as they go around to the different tables serving you. And Osvald, you are very disappointed with the hors d'oeuvres because they taste amazing, but they're all like this big. And it's like at least 10 minutes in between.
I'm gonna
like,
be scoping out and see if anybody doesn't eat their.
Every time they
hors
come
d'oeuvre.
with a tray, he just like takes the tray. Just,
Yeah,
that's how.
do I-
Sets it in front of him
Yeah.
like a plate.
Do I see anybody that didn't eat their hors d'oeuvre?
well, if they don't, a lot of people just don't choose to take one off the tray. So if they
I
take
take
one,
one every time, and about half the time, I just give them to you.
Okay, all right.
yeah, it's So still, you're only getting like two of those every 10 minutes.
I'm gonna look around and notice somebody that's not taking one. Do I see?
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
gonna go up to them and I'm gonna say, "You should take one next time and give it to me."
I mean, they definitely do that because
Yes.
because a half
He's
giant.
gigantic.
Yeah, because
He's,
a
like,
half giant
leaning
requested
down.
I
it.
think it's like
Well-
a creepy order, but he's really just being like,
He's
"Would
like,
you came?"
Well,
But they're like,
since it was a success that time, I'm going to do it as much as possible to
Down
as many
the table.
people as I can.
Yeah, so you get like 8 people to.
Eventually, they're like
do that.
tributes, like coming each time they get it and like paying their tithe to Osvald.
all of a sudden,
Yeah.
just
They
a
bring them in, like,
small tray
baskets.
comes down the table,
Yeah.
and all of them are like, "Is he gonna eat them?
Is he
Okay,
happy?
after
like,
after about 45 minutes of this, you actually
45 minutes.
yeah.
Oswald just being like, if you're not gonna eat that,
Yeah. So finally, at the end of this 45 minutes, a waiter actually comes by and asks you to please sit down, and then hands you a tray.
Oh, okay.
It also gets to the point where like they bring around little like shrimp cocktail things, and someone's like, I'd rather not. And someone else goes, just take it.
give it to the half giant. Otherwise,
Yeah.
he seems to be getting upset.
Yeah.
You're gonna draw attention.
I'd rather not. They just got him to sit down.
Just take it.
So you actually have. This is the first time that any of you have probably had the opportunity to taste mead, because what you guys have had before is garbage. This is like actual good tasting mead, and it's not made from bug honey.
I don't like it.
Fair enough.
I think mead's an acquired taste, and I've acquired cank nectar taste.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true.
Burned all of your taste buds off.
it's like,
That's what you-
oh.
Yeah, at this point you probably are used to the bug gland.
What is this mead made from?
Like actual real honey.
Which is from a bug gland.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Huh?
Technically,
Nailed
it's,
it.
Technically, it's regurgitated.
Well,
Wait,
I don't like it either.
I actually don't.
You had to roll.
I don't like it either.
we should talk about how we're like, cake, that's so gross, it's from a bug gland. And then honey.
Yeah,
is
it is. I never thought about that.
And it's from a bug gland. Let's
Yeah.
be real.
Yeah. So it's not gross.
Nope.
I guess the way though, I will say the way it's described is real gross because it's like they scrape the.
There's something about the word kank.
Yeah, kank makes
It's
it
a
worse
very ugly word.
too. It is. It's an ugly word.
Bees, cute.
Yeah, I mean, bees, it's like they wrap their larva in a protective layer of stuff that then they could eat.
Right.
And then we scrape it off of the walls of dead larvae. And,
Yeah.
and we.
Have you guys seen that
Nom, nom,
crazy
nom, nom.
new like that they have like a
That's not gross.
they have a
It's
new
nature.
like bee, I don't know what they're called. The things that like bees live in.
Hives.
Hive?
Hive. No, well well yes,
An
but
apiary?
what the
Apiary? Is
what
that
the
what
what like
Apiary?
beekeepers
I don't
use to
remember.
like I
Boxes.
don't know.
Yeah.
An
whatever
apiary?
whatever they
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
They have like a new one created that has like a spout on it that they can just twist
Turn
and the
on.
honey
Nice.
just like comes out. It's crazy.
Wow.
That
And it
sounds-
doesn't disrupt the bees at all.
Nice.
I do think it's an apiary.
I think it's something like that. One's birds and one's bees. And I
Aviary.
never-
Aviary for birds.
There we go.
So it must be an
Birds.
apiary.
All right.
Yeah, because
For
ape is bee in Italian, and I also think that's like a Latin origin kind of thing.
Could that also be what what
Could
they
it
call a like a room that you keep apes in? Like this is an
apiary.
apiary.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of apes.
That's an apitorium.
Apitorium, yeah.
Not to be
Okay.
confused with an opiary.
No.
Yeah.
It's something to do with opium, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the fancy word for opium den.
An opiary.
Coming to the opiary.
Hello, welcome to the opiary. Grab
Would
a
you
pipe.
Would you like to spend some time in my opium rec room?
Ember's a big fan of this mead and drinks just like a little too
little
much
too
for
Yeah.
like how big she is.
Yeah.
She's like,
Well, so it's the thing is that it's actually served in very small containers,
okay.
but it looks like this for you.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge for a halfling.
like the little hobbits in Lord of the Rings. with their
Exactly.
wines.
Yeah.
Exactly. With their
That
it
are
comes
so
in
big.
pints. So yeah, you hear several speeches from House members just talking about the ongoing business and how glad they are to have the community support and all of the merchants of the area and blah blah blah. Basically, it's like a chamber of commerce meeting. It's pretty boring for the most part, and then eventually. Taya comes up to speak and doesn't really say much, just introduces you saying, and now we're going to have our head honor guard speak to you. We've been having some difficulties lately. I want you all to understand that we're taking care of it. There's no reason to panic. We have a cool, level-headed team of adventurers / mercenaries to take care of this issue, and business will be back to normal very soon. So I will allow Tenna Boone to speak with you. Woo! Okay, all right. So he,
Out of the whole room, they're all like, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, why are they clapping?
I
Yeah.
know her.
Weird.
yeah,
I met that girl's face once.
that girl's face was in front of my face. Our faces were kind of close.
That means I know you. What's your name?
Yeah, so he like kind of trails off and is like, okay, and sits down. You played him off, Osvald. You literally played him off.
Love it.
Amazing. Good day, merchants of Dark Sun.
Do
No?
we call the world Dark Sun?
I know.
Athos.
Sorry. Athos, where are we? I don't even
Yeah.
know. I'm so confused. I had
That's
too much
okay.
mead. Hello, Dungeons and Dragons.
Hello, Dark Sun darlings.
Yeah. Hello,
Sun.
Dark Sun darlings. It is a great honor to be selected from the dear family Ableton to represent the family on this journey that we're about to take. And I can guarantee you that we will come back successful and that I will put to rest this blight of raiders coming in and taking over our caravans.
Chug.
I will later, after I do the speech that I was not prepared for.
Everybody, the merchants and nobles are very happy.
We're
and
like
all.
reading off the back of your sword.
Right.
And furthermore, We shall be. Oh, I can't read, so that wouldn't work. For
Captain
me.
America
Just
style.
Yeah,
just like
just
you have pictures.
pictures.
Yeah.
Be like,
then you replace it with the
I'm like, and when we all raise our hands and be happy. Wait, what?
What does that
Say
mean?
more. I think a pig of some sort.
And then I see this thing that looks like a wolf. I don't know what that wolf is for. But I guess the wolves are bad, so we'll get rid of the wolves.
Get rid of also the wolves and bring back this piece of paper.
Some drunk nobleman's like, I hate wolves.
Actually, the merchants are pretty happy with your speech because you are very confident that you're going to take out the bad guys,
Yeah,
take
and
out the trash.
I make a big deal about protecting our merchants and our goods and protecting all the hard work that y'all do to bring goods into our fine city. And we will not stand for this treachery.
The nobles all knocking on their table and they're suitably impressed.
They're all knocking, but we're home.
Yeah, you guys are clapping and they're like doing this.
Like,
Yeah, you guys
can I take out,
literally
like-
seem like animals.
Can I take out like a tiny like firecracker sized like
Like a little black
like
cat.
a
Yeah.
noise maker, like,
I'd just be like
Yeah, a little black cat goes off.
and I'm like, ha!
At this point, all of the nobles and merchants in the banquet hall are just. Everyone is just upset. They're just so unhappy that like because it's pretty clear you guys are the ones that are tasked with solving the problem.
And I must say that I know the group that we're sending on this journey is a bit interesting, a little different,
At that moment,
A little-
I stand up on my chair to like reach another
a
glass.
little
of, like, a waiter
rowdier
that's
than
like,
we might be
"Okay,
used to. But I can tell you that in the heat of battle, you're going to want folks like this on your side. And I don't think that they're going to let us down.
all right, now I've got a speech to make. So all of you people work by you know what? I'll save it.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. So yeah, and then finally the matriarch of the house steps forward and gives just a short speech thanking everybody for coming out, and please enjoy the food and drink that we have prepared for you. So she sits down, and then everyone at the front table is served their food, and then after everyone at the front table begins eating, then the rest of everyone else is served, and you guys are served.
I'll whisper to one of our servants to bring 2 plates to Oswald.
Yeah, so they do that, and then like as they see him just powering through one plate before most people have finished even a couple of bites, they bring 2 more plates for Oswald. They're like,
They just bring a whole like huge tray that's just
Yeah.
like set up like a plate.
Just a whole roast pig.
yeah. Well, actually, they clear out because each table has kind of a nice centerpiece. They actually clear out the centerpiece from your table, and if you've ever seen like how they do the catering or whatever, and they have like the big metal buckets, like cafeteria style or whatever, they just bring that row of things out to your table. So you have like the row of metal pails full of all the food right in front of you. Yeah. And you actually hear the waiters whispering each other, like, see, this is why we can't invite half giants. They eat way too much. This is such a pain. They've clearly never had half giant guests of the house before. In fact, you're the only half giant here, for sure.
Yeah. Represent.
Yeah, you got to.
Yep.
You're a wizard.
So yeah, it's a fun night. If you want to, you can. I don't know if any of you want to interact with any of the house members before the next morning, but if not, then you can head to bed and wake up the next morning for your mission.
I'll interact.
Absolutely. Are you looking for a person, any specific person in particular?
Just person that seems to be like running this thing. Maybe they're like walking around talking to people. Maybe going up to where. Well, she like spoke from her chair, right?
Yeah, there was actually like a podium or like a lectern up front where the tables are.
Who was like the presenter? Who the person
The
that
main-
introduced her?
Who's the party planner?
That would actually the person more like the party planner who seems to be floating around and just kind of
master
making
of
sure that everything
Yes, exactly.
is going okay would be. You know what? Let's say it's. Tibris, and that's actually the woman who closed out, and just said, "Enjoy yourselves. I hope this is good."
Well, I'm just gonna go up to Tibris and say, if you ever need anybody else to speak, let me know. I can talk. I can talk up there in front of people. People like me.
I think he's a little drunk.
I understand. I mean, we're speaking right now. We're conversing right now.
Well, I
so
mean, in
certainly-
front of people where everybody's listening to me.
Yeah. Well, I think we've given. There's no more speeches to give, unfortunately.
Oh.
We're out of
sh-
room. There's no more room for
You
speeches.
sure? Okay.
Yeah. Maybe next time.
Really?
Well,
Let me know. I can speak about anything you want. I can speak about anything.
Trust me, they're super entertaining.
You
wouldn't regret it.
it. Too.
Thank you so much for helping with this mission.
Yes.
You are doing us a great service, and we appreciate the effort that you're going to put into this. And please understand how important this is to the house.
Okay.
No one else has offered to help us, so we had trouble finding good mercenaries.
Yes.
So we got you.
And I want to thank you for letting me speak the next one of these.
Well, maybe. I think I said maybe.
Okay.
So maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
But maybe not.
But you're leaning on it, yes.
Well, I don't.
So you're saying there's a chance?
You know what? Actually, if you come back victorious, then I will let you give a speech.
Okay.
Yes, you can speak in front of everyone.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, she's shaking. I mean,
I did it.
it's a good trade-off.
You're so good.
You did it, Darrel.
I want to go to whatever like merchant seems like to
would.
be the most like well off, like kind of read the social circles and see who's like the center of attention.
There's definitely one merchant who is very popular, and people seem to be angling to try and get to, but he just doesn't. He doesn't have the time to talk to so many people. So you see people kind of like edging and nudging over, but there's one guy that's very popular.
I'm gonna kind of push my way through to the center of the whole thing and be like, hey, look, I'm part of the task force that's going to try and get the goods back tomorrow. Can we talk for just a moment?
Sure. You have,
Look, yeah, I
you
just
have a
want
plan for how you're going to do this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I have a lot of goods that are missing. By the way, I'm sorry. I'm Silas.
Silas, nice to meet you, Gideon.
Nice to meet you, Gideon.
We shake hands. Look, I want to have an idea. Well, what sort of goods are we looking out for here? I mean, chances are a lot of them have already been distributed and put around. Like, what should we be keeping an eye out for?
For me, textiles. That's the most important thing.
Well, here's my question. Why do you think that these that raiders, that ambushers, bandits have been hitting just like textiles and stuff? Is there really nothing else?
Well, no, there's all sorts of different types of things being stolen. My goods are textiles, so those are the important ones.
But is there's nothing that's like that just between you and me is being like transported along with the rest of this stuff?
Well, my goods are always 100% legal.
All right. Okay. No, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it seems strange that they've so consistently and so targetedly hit this group. And I
Oh,
was
this
just wondering-
house?
Well, yeah. You sure there's no sort of like underground dealings that are going on that makes them a particularly valuable target?
Well, I'll say that I 100% support the Abletons and will, no matter how difficult things get for them. I am always in support of this house, and I'm not going to be disloyal. I have heard that other people are starting to have concerns about their ability to protect caravans. I don't have those concerns.
Yeah. Well, now they've got us on the payroll. Things gonna be a little better, right?
Well, sure. I hope that that's the case. I've already lost. At this point, I think it's a sunk cost. So maybe you'll get it back, and I hope that's the case. But I see this as it's.
You're protecting future investments. I understand.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how things turn out. But like I say, the house isn't terribly popular among the merchant class right now.
All right.
And again, I'm on their side. Okay. All I'm saying is other merchants are saying these things, not me.
Sure. Well, since we're going to be out there, just you know where to find me. We're staying at the inn nearby, and we won't be heading out for another day or so. If you need anything, if you need us to keep an eye out for anything extra, like any of your stuff, just let me know, and we can work out a deal.
He actually hands you a card, and it's a very simple, looks like a compass with an S on it.
Mm-hmm.
He said, if you see any crates with this marking on it, those are my crates. Those are the important ones. Bring those ones back.
All right.
You'll be paid better for those crates than any of these other merchants. So,
Sounds like a plan, buddy.
yeah, my crates. In fact, I don't even think these other merchants, it's just not worth your time.
Sure.
It's at a certain point, it's like, are you going to help all of them, or are you going to help the one person who's actually a fixture of the community?
Oh, absolutely.
So if you could, I mean, you can't save everything. So save mine.
I understand.
Good.
Get what you're going at.
Who is this guy?
Silas is his name.
Okay.
Silas. All right, so I pocket that card, and I'm good. I just wanted to try and work out any sort of like sub deal we could manage out of it.
Yeah. Well, you got a sub deal.
You got me a pencil.
Does anyone else want to? It's a Darth Maul pencil.
Yes, it is.
Or I was going to say, talk about like just
yeah, gonna do
making
one.
weapons out of shit.
Good
lying around.
grief, guys.
Wait,
Come
this one
on.
doesn't look very good.
It's,
All right.
We just
Let's
need
make a
one
pencil.
single pencil.
Just give me an a mechanical.
No.
No.
Give me an
No.
electric pencil.
You can
I just think what I want it to write, and it just does it by
you can
itself.
write on 2 pieces of paper at the same time with this.
You can.
Yeah, that's
Very
a good
accurate.
I mean, I was going to say, you can
Very, very
you can sort of
accurately.
make
That's what it's for, right?
lines.
Yes, that's what it's for.
Well, I like. I mean, I guess if you set up a 3D printing type thing, where you just held the pencil like this, and then the paper just moves around, then you can draw.
Real weird.
Right.
Yeah. That's the most effective
Be
way to.
amazing. Thank you.
That's the most effective way to make a copy of
Or
something.
maybe you could take it, and there were those like things, those little sort of like that, those little toys, those like drawing toys that some people had as a kid.
You mean a
Yeah.
stencil?
Well, no.
I'm just giving you shit.
But there was a stencil that you put in it and sort of like drew
Yeah.
around it, and you
The-
would just like put it there, and
I
then
can't
one on
think what
top,
they're
and just like
called.
move it.
I know
Yeah,
what you're talking
yeah.
about.
I remember.
I know, I
that.
can't remember what they're called.
I definitely don't remember that.
Wait, sorry. What was the thing?
They were like little, just like little, I don't know, different
Like
shaped
little
things that they
plastic
had. Yeah,
gear things.
Spirographs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. We had Lincoln Logs.
Those are
Spirographs
fun
are
too.
dope.
Too.
Yeah, Lincoln Logs
Yeah.
were fun.
And you know what the rules were? You could have either spirographs or Lincoln Logs.
Yeah.
That's the
Mutually exclusive toys
Every
right there.
kid,
Yeah.
there's a certain age where your parents are like spirographs or Lincoln Logs, and your little child brain has to make a real tough choice.
Yeah, I beat the shit out of one of my friends who was a
Spirograph kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You were like,
If you
you
can call it-
chose wrong.
Yeah.
If you can call that a friend.
yeah, no,
You know-
Yeah.
well, I mean, after that, he definitely wasn't.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw those new Wells Fargo ads, but instead of it being like, yesterday a ballerina, now a botanist, or like whatever it is, it can be like, yesterday a spirograph.
Spirograph kid.
Yeah.
Today,
Tomorrow, a Lincoln
Lincoln
Log.
Logger.
You know, sometimes I lay awake at night and I wonder what would it be like if I chose Lincoln Logs.
Yeah.
Like, what would my life be like right
Oh,
now?
you fucking chose Spirograph.
I know.
He was one of those kids.
Wow.
I wish I could go back and change things.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay. It's absolutely not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay. I regret it.
You absolutely should.
I feel like you're the only person here that chose Lincoln Logs, so.
What?
Take it easy.
Lincoln Logs.
Why are we bending to Sean's childhood here?
Because my childhood is called Lincoln Logs. That's like our second greatest present.
What's
After
the family that I work for called again?
Ableton. Ableton.
Oddly close to my actual name.
Oh, that's true.
I'm like, Ableman? Ableman?
Ableton.
Abelsons.
Oh, that is.
Albertsons.
I didn't even think about how that was basically your last name. If you just flip the B into a P, then it's Appleton. So I'd need an extra P. Yeah, but pretty close.
It
Just
is.
double the P and flip them both down.
Where they go.
Like the Raptor.
Double those B's, flip them on down.
Appleton is coming to town.
All right, so you guys the next morning set up your trick caravan, your trick ride, full of explosives, your Caravan, and you're putting grenades and stuff in the cargo. Any actual bombs, like a bomb in there? Or?
I'm gonna
Like
put.
inside crates and things like that? Is that what we're doing?
I'll have like an actual bomb rigged up, but I've got like a detonator set on it that I could choose not to use. But that's like a last resort. We can just blow the thing the fuck out.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yep. And you're pretty sure that the detonator will work.
Right.
So
Pretty sure.
it should go off. In fact, you're like 95% sure that if you hit the detonator, it will make all of those things go off after you hitting that detonator.
Right.
Like, how much of a gap there is there,
We don't know.
always open to, is subject to.
As we've said a few times, my best case scenario is more or less. It works out how I wanted it to.
If you nail the roll and you roll great, then it's like, hey, pretty close.
That's how chaos works.
Yeah. So you head out on the caravan, and the first couple of days go by with no difficulty at all. The morning, actually, so do you travel at night or do you travel during the day? Typically travel at night, typically you typically travel at night and then sleep during the day.
I'd say we do whatever is
'Cause it's so
typical
hot,
for a caravan. We want to appear as much like a regular caravan. The only thing I would say is let's try and give the impression of a slightly increased guard from what they normally do.
I think that would be me.
Yeah.
Because I'm all
Well,
glammed
you
up.
actually have after the incident at the banquet. So of your 4 honor guard, 2 more have actually been added and sent with
Because
you.
the merchants were like, what the actual fuck, you
They
guys?
were like, "What? Who are these people?"
That's
what are
who's
they
gonna
doing?
say, are you kidding me?
Yeah. So actually, you now have 3 of the 4 honor guard
Okay.
with you.
Because we don't want to look like we're baiting them. We want to make it look like we know there's been a problem and sort of increasing the guard.
Yeah, and they are wearing like the standard issue. They also same thing as you. They have the crest on the shield, the nice, well kept armor. Beautiful longsword, just like you have, and of course you pull rank on both of them. There's, your whole unit is 4 people, including you, but you're the head of those 4 people. So yeah, you've got two guards with you as well.
Cool.
Which is, they usually, they have never sent their honor guard out to guard their caravans before, so it definitely is going to look pretty well guarded.
So there's only 2 people back at home with my
There's
house?
1 of the honor guard is remaining.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Let's head out on this fake old caravan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So. So as long as you're traveling at night and sleeping during the daytime, and on the morning of the 3rd day, a couple hours after you've set up camp for the day, you actually hear a commotion and you hear crashing. We'll say you were keeping watch, and you don't even need. They don't try to sneak up on you. You actually just see these half giants come crashing over a hill, just running towards your camp, and you see 6 of these half giants just running towards your camp, weapons raised, charging into attack.
All right, I'll beat my shield with my sword to like wake everybody
Yeah, so the
up.
3 of you wake up very quickly. You haven't even been asleep for very long at all.
Right.
Maybe 30 minutes to an hour you've been asleep. So you wake up to the sound of a crashing sword against shield.
Okay. So as we wake up, I want to go to everyone. Remember, guys, we can't win. We need to be captured, but let's try and not be killed. So we need to put up enough of a fight that they can't outright kill us. But
One of the honor guards looks at you and say, "Wait, we're getting captured?"
yeah, new guy. Has no one informed you what the hell we're doing out here?
No, I didn't think we were getting captured by half giants. Why is that the
We're
plan?
trying to lure them to the
All right.
base of the operation so that we can nip this thing in the bud once and for all.
We don't need to explain everything to the grunt. We're trying to get captured.
This is one of the best fighters I know. He deserves a little respect.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Just as that happens,
Leonard.
just as that happens, a half giant smacks Leonard with a club, and Leonard goes flying against it. against a cactus and just slumps to the ground. Leonard may be alive, but he is definitely not conscious.
Oh no.
Can I roll lore for his name not being Leonard?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
All right.
That's just-
His name's not Leonard.
It's definitely not.
It's not.
10.
Do you have a name?
It's Philip.
No.
Philip?
That is
No.
Leonard to
Refuse.
Philip. That is not a huge increase in awesomeness.
It's Mankus.
It's gonna be Rexton.
Rexton, I like Rexton.
Rexton.
Nobody like Mankus?
Nope.
He
don't
rolled
like
it.
Mankus sounds like I'm a Mankus.
I mean,
Mankus, stop drooling on the.
It actually,
he did just get smashed against a cactus.
Mankus definitely sounds.
He was like,
Where did it captured?
I don't like it captured.
Nah, I rolled
Mankus
lore.
definitely
He's
sounds like
Rexton.
somebody who would have a what do they call that? A horizontal lisp.
Yeah.
Mankus?
Yeah, Mankus. Mankus. I'm Mankus. Okay,
I'm
Aw,
gonna.
Poor Mankus.
so it's Rexton.
Yeah, I was gonna
Rexton.
say Mankus isn't even real.
Rexton Mankus.
His last name is Mankus.
There we go.
Rexton Mankus.
Rexton Mankus.
I'm gonna do a lore. If one half giant says "I challenge you" to another half giant and throws down his weapons, they must fisticuff.
Okay.
Here we go.
To the death.
Not to the death. Knockout.
To knock out.
Yeah, to knock out.
You don't want to kill someone with your bare
That's
hands?
gonna be a 8 plus intelligence. It's gonna be a it's gonna be a 7.
I love how much you spout lore.
Yeah.
With a -1.
So funny.
Okay, so it's definitely true that if you challenge another half giant, then they have to. There's like a one-on-one thing that happens. So like as these 6 half giants come running in, 5 of them break off, and the other one, as you point, that one breaks off to the side, and that one like just throws his club off to the side.
Impaling Rankin.
And actually, which actually hits your other honor guard Fen in the head, and Fen just collapses to the
Oh.
ground as well.
Good grief. For crying in the mud.
Yeah. So Fen,
Mud.
yeah.
So much mud.
They just let anybody
is
be honor
mud?
guard these days, don't they?
So Fen and
They're
Rexton.
used to city fatting.
They're used to city fighting. So Fen and Rexton are now collapsed on the ground.
Oh God.
And you've got a half giant that is charging at you, and the other 5 are charging towards the 3 of you. The one that's charging at you. You know what? I just because it's cool about half giant culture, I'm gonna act like you rolled a 10 for that.
Okay.
But he does put you kind of in a disadvantageous position. So he actually runs up to you and just hits you just with the palm of his hand right dead in the sternum, and just knocks you to the ground, and you take 1 damage from that.
All right.
And that's how the combat starts. So you see,
Should I
you
be
guys
at
see,
full hit points?
everyone should be at full hit points.
That's good.
Yeah. So you see Osvald get hit right in the suplex and knocked to the ground, and then. Yeah, there's 5 half giants running at you guys. And you guys know half giants are pretty big and pretty tough. So this is a pretty overwhelming force, in fact. So you might not have to worry too much about getting yourself captured. Because so far, it looks like you're easily capturable.
Well, I feel like we just gotta put up enough of a fight so that we're an honorable foe of sorts.
Fair enough. All right, so who's first?
I'll immediately get up and I'm gonna run at him and I'm gonna try to get him with a gut shot.
All right, give me a hack and slash.
So that's gonna be a 6 plus 2 is an 8.
Okay. So you get him with a gut shot, but he actually just hits you on the top of the head
Oh man!
as you do that, and you're like, ah.
Ow!
So he does his damage back to you, which is going to be the better of 2d6, the higher of 2d6, and then you can do your damage to him.
Okay, I'll roll to my damage first. Here we go. I did 4.
Okay.
I'm not adding any piercing or anything because I'm not doing project force and all that. So.
Okay.
And I'm also using my fist. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Fisticuffs.
I think you probably could project force with your fist if you wanted to.
Yeah,
But I know you're not going to. It is. It's very dishonorable.
Cheating.
Yeah, for sure that's cheating.
With a
Okay.
half-giant honor fight.
And then here is his damage to me. It's a 5.
Ooh.
5. Do I subtract armor?
Yeah, subtract armor. Because you
Yeah.
have,
He Captain Kirked you.
yeah, Captain Kirk,
Right
yeah.
on, right on the head.
Yeah.
You got kirked.
You got Kirk, boy. All right, who's next?
All right, I will charge forward to, obviously.
Just a pack of half
If
giants.
I'm here, that's got to be my job, right?
Yeah.
I have to make it look real.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I will charge in and pick the second biggest one.
Okay, not picking the biggest one.
Not the biggest one, because he looks like an asshole.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to the second biggest one. Because I'm like, maybe if I kill one, it'll look more real, but I can't kill the leader.
No.
Because then we'll just
That's a whole
That's a whole other
problem.
can of worms that we don't want to deal with right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, you don't want to get into that can of worms.
Yeah, so not that asshole, but this other jerk.
This other asshole.
This other
This
asshole.
slightly less assholey asshole.
That's a 10.
Nice. All right, roll that damage.
Am I doing a D12?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Dang,
Okay.
yo.
Yeah, so you just straight up knock it out, like, yeah. So you're using your sword.
My fancy pants sword.
Okay, yeah. So you come running in with your fancy pants sword, give him a little knee knock with the
Oh, knee bash.
knee bash with the shield, and then just give one good thrust with the long sword,
Right.
and just boom,
Yeah.
just done, clean kill.
And then as I'm like down on the ground, I'm gonna look back at my team, give them a little wink.
They are both unconscious.
These-
Oh, you mean these guys?
I guess we're your team now.
Yeah.
I like it better if you wink at the two other
They're
guys.
both dead and unconscious, and I'm like,
That's what Mankus.
God
Not Mankin.
damn it, Mankus.
Every time
What's
we
his
go
name?
anywhere.
Rexton?
Rexton Mankus.
Mankus.
Finn or something?
Rexton Mankin.
Rexton Mankus and Fen die.
Finn die.
Yeah.
And he
Graham.
lived up to his name.
Finn diagram.
Yeah. Rexton Mankus
I come
is
from a
an
long line of
awful
people who
name.
died.
Rexton Mankus?
They've all died.
You don't
in
like
fact.
the name Rexton Mankus?
Rexton Mankus is the worst name I've ever heard.
One of the best.
It's clearly one of the best.
All right, so tell me if this is how Mankus is spelled. Mengkus. Is that Mankus?
That's
I
Mankus.
thought there was a K in there. I thought there was a K, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a Mankus.
I feel like there's a G in there. Mankus.
Mangkus.
Mangus.
Mankus.
Yeah,
Not like Mangkiss.
Mankus. Yeah, I like it.
I don't know. I think the G's superfluous.
It's silent.
I like it.
All right, I'll get rid of the G.
Mankus.
Since you feel so strongly about it.
I do feel pretty strongly about it. Roll lore, see if there's a G.
That's okay. You win, all right? You win.
You guys I feel like you guys have spouted more lore in this game than we did in the entire season.
they-
We like spouting lore.
We like never.
Well, that's because Steven
always like, make
Steven
the story
spouted
work
lore.
in my favor.
Steven spouted lore a pretty good amount of the time, but failed the vast majority of those times. Okay,
After
Jordan?
I killed that
Yep.
giant,
Daryl
stabbed
likes
him
to
and I
spout
looked over
lore
my
with
shoulder,
his negative
I gave you guys
intelligence.
a little wink.
Oh, nice.
I killed one of them.
Wow.
Yeah, in one hit.
Impressive.
One hit
So
wonder.
I leapt towards the second biggest guy.
All right,
the
how many
third
of them are
biggest
there?
guy.
There are 6. Well, there are 5
We can't
remaining
kill
now.
the leader if we're trying to get
There's
captured.
4. There's
Yeah.
4 rushing towards. Actually, now there's 3 rushing towards you two.
One
and there's
is in
one
single
on
combat.
Oswald. Yeah.
All right. I think we need to try and take one more out, and then I think we need to lose. That's what I think. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
You want to go or?
Yeah.
Or
Oh well, if you want to
I'll
go,
go.
that's fine. too.
Can I hop on top of like whatever it is that we are caravanning? Our
absolutely. Yep.
caravan? So I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna.
Yeah. You hop on top.
Yeah, I hop on top. 9.
Okay. So yeah, you hop on top of on top of the caravan, and then you very quickly hop up on top of the caravan, realizing like as you're hopping on top of the caravan, you're like, oh, I never bothered to look at the top of this caravan, and it's cloth. So you just like puncture right through the cloth and find yourself inside of the caravan. So you have to like hop back out and.
God damn it, Amber. Well, she was a little drunk last night. She's
Very,
a little
yeah.
hungover. It's okay.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck, guys, I'm sorry.
All right, so you're back
You're like,
now.
"Ah, oh."
Yeah. So as you finally get out of the caravan, you actually have one of the half giants is like 10 feet from you now and is just bearing down on you. So that's really your only option to shoot is the one like right in front of you because it's
Okay.
so big that your field of vision is blocked on the others.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, roll your damage.
I will do that. And I'll aim like a little upward, so I'm not like.
yeah.
So I'm like getting back into this. I got my D10 and my D4. 8, 9, 10, 11. 11.
Okay. 11 damage, which is not quite enough. It just barely survives. So you give it a good gut shot, and
+1 piercing.
it is. It does help. That actually does make a difference.
This time it helps. Last time you.
Well, when you do 36 damage, I don't need to know that it's +1 piercing.
I think you do.
I don't. So you take down one as well. Just give it a good headshot right between the eyes, and the half giant falls over dead. So you guys have now just one shot 2 of these half giants in a row.
One shot. What else?
So this very challenging combat now looks pretty even at this point.
So
Gideon.
I'm gonna stand up in the front of the wagon and yell like wait, look, we're not getting paid enough for this already, all right? You've already killed 2 of our men, just spare our lives and you can have the cargo.
The half giant that's fighting Osvald actually seems to be the one that's in charge, and backs away from you and looks over at you and says, "We take all the cargo?"
Yeah, you
All
can
the
have
cargo?
it. Just look, we're not in a space to negotiate here, all right? Look, maybe we can help you guys out. We've got skills here, right? Why don't you take us back to your camp and we'll see what we can do to help you out.
Our leader's a coward, but he is our leader. I must follow his orders.
This is unbelievable. This is not why I was sent on this caravan.
That's true. You are a coward, but you're right. You have to follow the coward.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, okay? Look, I'm a coward, but it's only because I have the lives of my men in mind, okay? Being a leader is an important responsibility.
Yeah, tell that to Rexton. Magus.
Look, everyone will stand down. If you just take us back safely to your leader, we can talk about maybe working for you guys. We're not paid enough for this anyway. We put our lives on the line and we get chicken scratch.
I don't know what that is, but
All he's saying is that we're clearly good fighters since we almost took on your clan.
Tenna, you are not allowed to speak for me. I am the leader.
I'm gonna stab my sword into the caravan.
the half giant looks over at you. Okay, so this one is the leader?
Yes, but he's
Yep.
also a coward.
So the coward is the
Sounds-
leader, but also the one. I could crush this one with one hand.
Yeah.
I would not recommend it.
I also actually know that is probably a terrible idea.
Yeah, if you do that, we can't let you
But
do that.
you,
because-
but you probably should be the leader of
Well,
this group.
I mean, I'm a half giant.
You're bigger.
I should be.
You're
yeah.
more powerful than
I-
all of them.
I could beat all of them in
Although
a
you look
challenge.
very soft.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure
working
the
on
only-
it. I'm working
Oh,
on it. I'm working on it.
Well,
But fast.
he ate like 4
I'm
deer last
agile.
night.
I'm agile. That's.
I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna jump around.
Oh, you're fast.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Nimbly, nimbly.
I'll take you back, and then you'll be with me, and I'll be your leader. I'll be in charge of all of you.
Okay.
All right.
You have to listen to me now.
I have to
Okay.
listen to you.
Yeah.
We have to listen to him.
Okay.
That's how it works.
All right, fine.
All right. You all get inside that caravan. Get inside of that cart. All of you inside of it right now.
Okay.
We'll walk
can
over
go.
and
Get in the
kick
cart.
the wheel as I get in, throw a fake fit.
I get inside the cart and
The,
I'm just like,
the-
it's for
as
our
you-
own good,
as
everyone.
as you do that, the half giant is like, I saw that.
Osvald, Tenna, it's for our own good. Embyr, I guess,
I
aren't you
don't
already
like
in the
this.
cart? Didn't you fall through the top?
She's
She
like
peeks
on
her head out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Huh? Stay here. Got it.
I'm gonna say as I get in the car, I'm glad to have a leader that's not a coward. Then I'm gonna look at you.
Oh.
It's part of the act. It's part of the act.
You're doing great,
Okay,
Osvald.
thanks. It's part of the act.
Just okay, but you're not allowed to go anywhere. You all have to tie yourselves up now.
All
Tie
right.
yourselves
All right,
up.
I'll do the
I'll
tying.
tie him up.
Oh yeah, Tenna can do it.
All right, you got to tie them all up.
I'm pretty. I can tie fancy knots.
I don't want fancy knots. I want
The good kind.
yeah. Good.
Don't worry,
I can do
she'll
the
do
good
simple
kind.
knots.
Yeah, I can do
Simple-
the good simple knots.
Salt of the earth knots.
Right.
Yeah, for ogre knots.
So I will tie them up.
Do you do that looking at the?
Don't worry,
He doesn't know
new
what that
leader.
means.
I'll tie them up.
She does that look to it. I'm like, that's like a sign. That's a binding oth in our culture.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the rope that I'm winding around.
Tenna,
Oh, tie them up.
Yeah.
quit over her head.
That just happened.
I'm gonna go tie them up now.
Okay, you tie them up. Good, thank you. Mm-hmm. But then you okay. I guess then I'll tie you up
Okay.
at the end.
Sure. That seems fair.
Okay.
In the middle of it.
I'm like, and I'm tied. Oh,
Okay.
just right here. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, he does let you finish tying everybody up with your knots.
All right. I'll tie them up.
And then he actually does tie you up very well. Like much better than you tied any of them up. He actually ties a very good
Very
Tie
good.
you up.
He
Yeah,
has a
ties
very
you up.
good simple knot.
yeah. But it is simple, but it's strong.
Okay.
It's a strong knot.
Simple and strong, just like a half giant.
Just
like
a
Oswald.
half giant.
Yep.
Yep, simple and strong. And nice.
Yeah.
I mean, these
Yeah.
ropes do feel
We all
nice.
like Osvald.
Yeah.
Yeah, these ropes are actually fairly soft. They're made of giant hair.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Can't
So
be
it
mule
takes.
hair because apparently we don't have
Nope,
any.
you do not have hair. So it takes like 6 hours. So it's a pretty good trip to get back to their camp. As you get back
Oh,
to
I
the
was like
camp,
to get tied up.
Yeah.
it takes 6 hours to get tied up. It is a real waste of time because you then arrive 5 minutes later. No, it takes about 6 hours to get to this camp. And as you get to the camp, it is very permanent. It does not look like a nomadic camp. Like you see structures built into the ground, like guard tower type things, and you see like a half-assed. I mean, it's not impressive, but there's a wall, going around these guard towers as well. So there's easily you can find holes in the wall because it's basically just they cobble together as much. Cactus, brambleweed, and sticks as they could. So it's like a 4-foot tall wall with holes all over it, but it's there. So that's something. They did that. Anyway, so you're taken inside the main entrance of this camp, and you see half giants wandering around everywhere. You're thinking there's at least several dozen. Half giants
What are
in this
they
encampment.
Dressed in?
They all have. There doesn't seem to be any uniform. You don't see any crests or icons or anything like that. But they're all dressed pretty similarly, kind of the way you see people in the waist dress. There's just enough to protect them from the sun. The armor is pretty light. You don't want any heavy armor if you're out in the desert. There's I guess a mud or dirt, whatever, building in the center. Inside the walls, it is mostly like yurts and tents and stuff like that.
Do we see like the skeletons of other caravans or anything like that? Does it seem like?
You actually see intact caravans.
Oh.
Like carts that are in pretty good shape. You know, there's damage from fighting. You see holes and
pretty
stuff
clear
like
that
that, but they're
all of
still
the-
functional.
The wagons and caravans are
Oh.
in fact from
Yeah,
Ableton?
scattered around. Yeah, because you guys always mark them with your house crest. So yeah, you see
So it'd
them.
be pretty obvious, like, to walk into this camp and be like, all of these are from the same
Oh yeah,
house.
yeah.
Okay.
You don't see any caravan. Actually, you see like one that like has a different house marking on it, but the other like 13 carts are all your house marking on
Okay.
it. Like maybe at one point they accidentally knocked over a different
And they were
cart.
like, oh,
They were
gotta
like,
put it
well,
in this other cart.
yeah, whatever. We'll take it because it's here, but you know.
Gosh. It's actually Ableton goods, but they broke a cart, so they just had to put it in a different.
Yeah, it's actually the one that they stole is it's House Bittman, and
Everybody hates that guy.
it actually says in small letters a subsidiary of Ableton. So it's like even they're like slightly affiliated.
Ableton Corp.
Ableton Corp.
It's like a third cousin.
Exactly.
Yeah, you.
So so
yeah,
Hopefully.
a relation with Mankus.
Thank you, sir.
Rexton Mankus.
oh, by the way, so Rexton and Fen are alive but super unconscious in the cart. So you went and checked them at the end of the fight, and you're like, okay, still a pulse. You should be okay, maybe.
Still unconscious, though, for a real long time.
Yeah, they've been unconscious for 6 hours.
Not good.
No, it's not good. I mean, one of
They
them
may
got
or may not wake up.
yeah, one of them got hit in the head with a giant club and went flying 20 feet.
Right. He's
and
probably fine.
yeah, he's probably fine.
Right.
He's
So
sleeping.
Yeah.
on the way
Really
in,
deeply.
I feel like we should like discuss a little bit. It seems to me like just from what we've been able to tell so far that it seems unlikely that they've like been planning this themselves. So
That the Giants have?
yeah, the half giants have. It doesn't make any sense that they would be so precise in their strikes for the whole thing.
What's with this encampment? Buildings and structures?
This is like pretty permanent. Like this is not at all what I expected coming
Yeah.
into this. Like why have they not like found this already?
Where
I mean,
are we, like, in relation to...
You're about 6 hours. You're 6 hours north of the route of the road of the caravan road, and you were like 3 days along the road.
So it's, like, far from the city.
It's far from
all
the
right.
city.
So my
3.5
instincts here,
days.
and you'll start to learn pretty quickly that to distrust authority is my first instinct. But
I'm starting
the
to see
fact that this is as well established a camp as it is makes me wonder if the Abletons haven't like what the real like what's going on here, why they haven't just sent a raiding force out to do it. Like I know that we're like more of a mercenary strike force kind of thing. It seems like it would make more sense just to send an army out for something.
Well,
that's
you
like
know
The
that a
guard
couple
has
of
never heard of this encampment.
yeah.
The guard was
you
under
know
the
that-
impression that these were, I mean, albeit planned attacks on our caravans, but we never dreamed something like this.
Well, yeah, and you actually sent out a couple of scouting parties that came back and
We
told
actually
you.
sent out a couple of scouting parties,
couldn't-
and
they
they
didn't
came
find
out
anything.
and told us they couldn't find anything.
well, this is bizarre to me.
Is there an echo in here?
Here's what I think needs to happen. Osvald, they already seem to like you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a half giant.
Yeah.
And I think that the best plan is for you to get in good with them and to try and get a few of us into their good graces. Whereas one or two of us needs to try and get out and kind of play in the shadows from the rest of this.
I don't think I'm going to do a great job of blending in.
Well, if we need to hide, then maybe
You're
me and
small.
Ember and I could probably manage
Yeah.
it. How about we break off from the group first chance we get and just kind of watch how things are going on? You guys
Okay.
can claim we just ran.
Oswald and I'll,
I'll-
try to get some information from the half giants?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say
just
that
hide the
I
things.
want to join them.
All right.
And I'll say that you're a great fighter and you should join too.
I like this.
Yeah, and
Especially the
I'll give
great
you
fighter
my approval. I'll say good things about you and
All
they'll
right.
believe me.
I'll put you down as a reference.
Yeah.
If they're working with another city or another noble family, they've got to have a contact.
Yeah.
Like they're not smart enough to be quietly sending messages around the whole thing,
Yeah.
or we'd know about it. You would have intercepted a messenger or something
Yeah.
like that. So my thought is, if the two of us break out from the group, keep an eye on things from a distance. You guys get in close. as soon as you hear anything about any sort of contact with humans, you let us know. We can set up some sort of ambush. We can set up some sort of situation where we try and capture whoever their connection is with the other group. Or, hell, if you can just get the information out of them, do it.
Question. So what will they think about that you escaped? Will they think you escaped?
They'll think I ran. They already think I'm a coward.
Okay, all right. I think both of you escaped, and then both of us
They
stayed
know I'm
because
little.
we wanted.
Yeah.
Because we're loyal.
Because we're loyal. Yeah.
Hell, they probably haven't noticed Embyr. She's like this tall.
Yeah, I don't know that they necessarily entirely saw you.
The only one that really saw you is dead.
This is true.
I mean, I make loud noises, but
Yeah.
So we'll just say there were only 3 of us, and then the 2 unconscious guards
Yeah.
that are in the thing. Right?
there was a ghost.
Yeah. Like
Ghost,
we said before.
Ghost did it.
Yeah, and I'm a slippery
And
coward.
You're just exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I've
Boy,
always
I
said.
hope we're not
about
having this conversation this loudly.
him.
Oh, you slippery coward trying to escape. Look at you over here.
So the half giant is actually the other. I guess the remaining. So 3 of the half giants are basically just kind of like walking along the caravan on the sides and the back, and then the leader is sitting down driving guiding the reins of the caravan into town. So
Which is being pulled by what, oxen?
no, God no. Would be getting pulled by
Slaves?
Beetles.
Yeah, by a giant beetle of some sort.
Cardinal beetles.
I like giant beetles.
Yeah. I can't remember what the name of it is, but yeah, it would definitely be dragged by a big old fat beetle.
Nice.
Yeah, they're the pack animals. So
Sweet
as you pull into town, you see all the stuff that I described before in the town, and then you're actually the cart pulls up to a large, I guess it's an impressive camp, but still like nothing is huge here. So the building is maybe 20 by 20, or it's actually a circular kind of like dome type of building. So it's like a 20-foot diameter dome. So the half giant waves for you to comes around. The leader half giant comes around and waves for you to all get out of the cart. You all get out of the cart now. All of you get out of the cart now.
Okay, I'm going to quietly pull a smoke grenade and just like pull the pin on it, let it go off, and then use that to kind of like make a break for it and just find like a.
At the same time that happens, I'm going to trip falling out of the cart.
Okay.
And I'm going to position my armor so that it's gleaming the sunlight directly into their face.
Okay. Make me a dexterity.
Everyone all at once is like,
Yeah. Distraction!
Yeah. All right. So make
I
me
feel we
a
might be
dexterity.
countering ourselves with this.
Yeah. So make me a dexterity check as you like try to like very kind of aim this.
Yeah. It's going to look really natural, too. I'm like,
Yeah.
You're like aiming a little thing of light you can see.
Yeah.
Oh, is that in your eyes? I didn't know.
I'm like, oh, sorry, there's a bug in my armor.
There's a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my boots.
It's
I
a
don't
6.
succeed.
All right.
I just
Mark,
look like I'm doing a
get XP.
weird,
Mark XP.
weird dance.
Oswald, make me your dexterity check to trip.
Okay.
Because it's still distracting.
Yeah. It is distracting.
That's going to be a 7.
Okay.
I feel like if you fail a dexterity check to
Falling?
trip, you're just too graceful.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
Whoops.
I didn't fall.
Oh my! I left.
So.
Balancing on one
So unfortunately, so Oswald trips a little earlier than he plans on. So he actually he trips like partway, like after one step he trips and falls, and his face actually rams into the back gate of the cart, and you actually break the gate. So you fall and your face just busts open the gate. So your face, you don't take any damage, but your face is like splintered and bloody. And you have, and your head is like sticking out of the gate of the back gate of this cart.
I'm going to just start
And
laughing.
make me your grenade check.
I want to do my grenade check, and then my plan is not to run away. I just thought of it. I want to Cape Fear this thing, and I want to climb up under the caravan and
nice.
hold on to the bottom. if I can get away.
That's a really good idea.
It's a 5, 6, 7, so it's a minus success.
Technically works.
Okay.
He's just hanging like this, though, not like
Okay.
his feet are on the ground. They're still like
Your coattails are still hanging very visibly.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So your grenade goes off. Unfortunately, the one thing is, like, it's not a damage grenade, but it is a grenade going off in a very small enclosed space. So that's a problem. So actually, the two of you are able to avoid able to avoid the damage from the grenade, but you're going to take. You're going to have both of you are confused, as you basically have tinnitus now. So mark the wisdom debility. So you both have a debility of wisdom.
Oh,
Debility.
Which is great because I already had -1 on wisdom.
Yeah.
So that -1 is not to the number, it's to the score, right?
Exactly. So you have a -2 now to your
Right.
wisdom.
great.
Great. Perfect. And so you also take that, so because you have the ringing in your ear from the
Okay.
tinnitus, you have the wisdom debility, but you also take a d6 damage from the grenade going off in an enclosed space. Because you're so focused on like
I'm not paying attention
this
to your
that
fucking
you don't
details.
notice this grenade that hits the ground and rolls right underneath you.
I thought I made this plan super clear to everyone, but I didn't actually tell anyone about it.
About the grenade part.
That part was all in your head. You're like, okay, so this
You're like,
is
so
He's like,
I'm
I got a
gonna
plan.
escape.
This plan.
With a grenade.
I
Six?
assumed you guys would know that there were grenades
there were
involved in
grenades
my
involved.
plan.
I mean, I
mean,
don't
it's
know
true.
that. Oswald should have known that.
Yeah.
He's the one that knows you.
yeah.
Yeah, I forget that you don't get
no
that that's my
armor,
MO.
No armor, so
No armor.
3.
Yep.
No armor.
No armor. No armor.
The goggles. They do nothing.
They do nothing.
Okay, so make me a dexterity check as well to scramble underneath and hang on the bottom of the cart.
In the midst of this mess.
7.
Okay, you absolutely scramble underneath. You get underneath the cart and you're hanging on. It doesn't look like anybody even noticed you get underneath the cart.
Yes.
So the rest of you all get out.
Oh, I was going to say, I want to get in a crate.
Okay, you easily get inside of a crate. There are crates that can easily fit a halfling.
I would warn you, I outfitted a bunch of these crates with explosives. So just like
You
be
call
careful
it
what
and
you
then
can.
You look next to it and you're like, great.
Yeah, so you get inside the crate, you close it up, and you look next to you, and there's just a bomb, like right next to your ear.
Just a glowing vial of explosive liquid.
Yep. Yeah, it's 2 different liquids that haven't combined yet, so you're like, so I think it's safe. So yeah, Rexton and Fen are still laying unconscious. The half giant looks to you two and is like, grab those 2. You get those 2.
Okay.
Pull them out.
All right.
Ow.
Are they alive or are they dead?
Oh yeah, they're alive.
Okay, then we want them.
Yeah, they're good fighters. They just
They don't look like good
Can
fighters.
are asleep because of
What do
the
they want
long
them for?
journey.
We're gonna feed them to halflings.
What?
Halflings.
Halflings don't eat.
Yeah, halflings eat
Them?
everything. Yeah, they do.
Not them.
Yeah.
Look at them.
We're
Halflings
just
will-
like,
I'm like, I ain't never heard of no halflings eating fighters.
Yeah, halflings eat in Dark Sun. That's actually legit true. Halflings will eat people.
and we're still like,
I mean, it's not like a
Alright.
preferred thing, but halflings are like, well, what are we gonna do? Let the body rot? Like, nope, they'll eat the body.
I'm like, okay.
Why do they have
Can I-
halfling friends? It's like
They
So
don't-
is this something that
They
we would
don't eat
know?
each other unless it's like necessary to survive.
We would know this then?
Oh yeah, it's common knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, you're gonna feed them,
I thought for a
halflings,
moment that
but they aren't dead.
Okay, well then,
I mean, look how big and strong they are, and you got all this shit to move around. Come on.
if they're alive, then we're not gonna kill them.
Okay,
But if they're dead, then we'll kill them.
I got it. Oh. Yep. That checks out.
Yep, makes
Okay,
perfect sense.
I like it.
but if they're dead, then we'll kill
Then we'll
them.
kill them. I get it. I'll tell you
gonna-
if they're dead so you can kill them.
That's all I want.
Okay.
Am I able to like grab their bodies and like tuck it like that, like on both sides?
Yeah,
Just-
and
that's what I'm
actually,
gonna do.
as you get out of as you pull your head out of the gate and stand up and hop down, the
I mean,
rope
I can
that,
take one of them.
yeah, the rope.
You don't have to
I
like
know.
double.
Oh, do you want one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
the rope that you were tied up with actually just kind of like falls to the ground
As he stands up.
as he stands up. Yeah. So actually, you do grab both of them because your rope does not do that.
Oh, I may have to untie me. I
Yeah.
forgot.
And the half giant doesn't even seem to make note of the fact that your arms are free.
He's like, they were tied up, and no, they're not. That's just how it works. We got here.
Yeah, he did his job. So now that you have Fen and Rexton under your arms, and you've hopped out of the cart as well, the cart actually starts moving. Somebody else, a different half giant, starts driving the cart away, and unfortunately, you have your bad hand. You actually are grabbing a hold of like the axle of the wheel, and so it's like. It's kind of
Turning, I'm just like,
turning, and
fuck.
yeah. So you're like trying to like switch hands so that you're not like constantly like because it just burning your hand. It's just like a constant constant splinters. Like
I didn't grab good.
no, you didn't grab good.
I grabbed bad.
Yeah, you grabbed real bad. So you're gonna
Grab
take
bad.
2d6 damage, the higher of the two,
Okay.
as your hands get burned and splintered.
3.
Okay, no armor.
Yeah.
And but you successfully elude your captors. The half giant actually looks to you because you're the leader now, and the half giant says, "Where did Coward go?"
I'm gonna do like a full turnaround.
He told you he was leaving.
No. Was that what the smoke was about? It scared me. It's why.
Probably.
tripped.
He didn't just smoke didn't come out of nowhere. He told you you're friends. He told you where did he say he was going?
I don't know. He's a coward. He knew that.
Okay, that's
no-
true.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all he needed to hear.
Okay.
Oh, he's a coward. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
He ran.
You do see that the half giant yells out though. He like waves down one of the half giants walking around. It's like, you're a human, right? Look for a human. If you see a human, kill it. That's it. Walk around, and then the half giant starts walking around.
Look for somebody running. He's probably running because he's a coward.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
If a human is running, kill the human. If the human is walking, don't kill them.
I hear this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Okay. So you're so
That was
the
good.
the four of you are, or I guess the two of you in the two bodies are led into this domed room, and you see it's again full of half giants, but this actually looks nice. There's like furniture and like even though it's a dirt floor, but there's like rugs laid down on the ground, so it looks almost like
this
somebody
look
could
like
live here.
Typical half giant decor to you.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
And then at the head of the room, there's actually a very nice dining table with an elf male sitting behind it, and he's dressed pretty nicely. He points at you two, says to the half giant, "Why are they here?
Well,
Why are they here? No,
Oh.
you don't get to talk." And the half giant says, "Oh, because they're going to join us." And he says, "Oh, that's great. Why did you decide to join us?"
Well, it seems like you got a good operation here, and we had, I don't know, I didn't like my last job. I don't know if
What
they
would
told
you say? What would you say is your biggest weakness?
is following a leader without question. And fortunately, the leader,
That's your biggest weakness?
yes, is following a leader without
That's
question.
amazing because it sounds like a strength. I like that answer a lot.
And our leader before this, there's no other way to say it. He was a coward,
Okay, well that's fine.
and we didn't like it. We didn't like it, but we didn't have any choice. But now he's run away, and we see this opportunity, and we'd like to take advantage of it.
Have you been bandits before?
Yeah.
Totally.
Roll
All of the time.
me, roll me a charisma.
Like, every day, I am a bandit.
Of course we do.
Oh,
Nice charisma
Wow.
roll.
And it's so it's
Charisma.
11.
Totally buying it.
Yeah, so,
Even in that way that you said it.
yeah.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I know that's a stupid question, but you'd be surprised how many people come in
Haven't
here
been bandits?
haven't been
So
bandits
ridiculous.
And
They-
immediately
they-
say no.
They come here and ask for a job without bandit experience.
before." Yeah.
Unbelievable.
What?
Whoa.
Some of them say, "Well, how am I supposed to become a bandit with no experience?" You know, and I say, "It's not my job.
Yeah.
It's not my job to make you a
Make
bandit."
your own bandit
You gotta create
band.
your own work.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, create
After the
your
I'm
cut
own
always-
curse, does that
opportunity.
count? I mean,
I always
Sort
tell
of.
people, create your own content of bandit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You create your own opportunity to
You
get
know,
yourself in the
be a
door.
bandit.
try some
be a
small-scale
bandit.
banditry, really.
Right.
Make friends with somebody who has things, and then take those things from them.
Yeah.
Claim them as
Bandit
your
for
own.
free for exposure
Yeah.
as a bandit.
Yeah. Yeah. Just steal things from your friend and then give them back.
Yeah.
You know, that still counts. It's an internship.
Right.
Anyway,
But it's unpaid because you have to return the stuff you sell.
yeah, you're returning it, so it's unpaid. And what about you? You, like, he looks down and sees like the crest, the house crest on your armor, and he's like, "What about you?
What about me?
You were guarding the caravan, right?
Yeah, as was my job.
So what do we do with you?"
Look at me. I'm a fighter by trade. I'll fight for you.
I'm not sure I can trust you.
Really? You want to ask your giant friends how good of a fighter I am? You could ask the one that we left back when they attacked us. Oh, wait, you can't because he's dead because I killed him.
Wow.
I gotta say that she's a great fighter and she's brave.
This is my reference.
Like, I don't know
This is your CV.
if there's anyone else I'd rather have by my side in the heat of battle.
Thanks. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
She's not a coward.
I'm not a coward. Look,
Unlike
I'm
our
all,
leader,
I'm all
who
glammed
was.
up, but underneath, I'm a scarred, brutal, ruthless fighter.
That's what we need.
That's what you got. That's
Okay.
what I am.
We'll take your sword and your shield and your armor, and we'll give you a new weapon, new armor, and we'll just.
Better than this, though?
You're not gonna wear that working for us.
You don't want me to wear this? Are you sure? I mean, it's like so nice.
It sounds like you're remaining loyal to your old.
Sounds like
Employer.
I like my nice fancy equipment. You don't want me
Okay.
to wear it, I won't wear it, it's fine, I'll give it to you. I strip it all off and throw it in a pile on the floor.
You say you're given weapons. Do you have a weapon? It's like, okay, like a long pole, and on the end of the pole is an axe blade.
No, I don't have.
I don't
anything
know
like
what
that.
that is.
Okay.
No, I don't think
I've
that exists.
seen one before.
No, that doesn't exist. I
Never
don't
heard
think.
of
Okay.
that, something like that.
I think
While,
I've
while all this
seen
is happening,
one.
by the way,
No.
as soon as like coast is kind of clear, I like drop off and like get Embyr from the crates, and we
So,
wanna
yeah,
just,
you
like,
guys
start
actually-
scoping out the camp a little bit.
And you guys actually watch this exchange like Little Rascals style, like peeking over the window.
yeah,
I got
Oh, I really wanted to believe that he was just sitting on her
Oh,
shoulders
yeah.
with the trench coat.
Yeah, exactly.
And
the
it
thing
only
that-
makes sense for the halfling to be on.
The thing that people
Right.
don't realize is that from the very beginning of this campaign, Gideon has actually been 2 halflings in a trench coat.
Yes. And
And
now
not
he's
just a
3
human.
halflings
Yeah.
in a trench coat.
exactly.
No, two halflings, and Embyr has been here the entire time.
Surprise!
This is the origin of adding the second halfling to my trench coat.
Yeah, exactly. People have always wondered, like,
Why is your trench coat so long?
Yeah. Well, it's because it needs to be.
Hey, you look kind of normal person size.
Why are you so normal person size?
And I keep making cryptic references to like 2 halves make a whole.
And they're like, you look normal person size, but your legs are like real short for the whole rest of
Every
your
now
body.
and then Ember's just like sneezes and people
I
are like,
prefer the opposite with the real long legs
Yeah.
and the real tiny body.
Well, yeah, and every time you sneeze, there's like his trench coat like poofs out right around his crotch. Phew.
He's got gas.
Oh, okay. In the front?
Sometimes it happens.
Front gas. Okay.
I carry bombs. It happens.
Oh, yeah, that's actually
Tiny explosions.
Tiny explosion.
all the time. Okay. So at this point, he motions one of the half-giants, and the half-giant takes your armor and shield and sword, throws it in a chest off to the side, locks up the chest.
You just kind of look at it, like, forlornly.
Yep. But then the
I can't even keep the sword. All right, take it.
no.
Just go.
I'll tell you what. You can, when you've proven yourself to be loyal to me, then you can have your metal sword back. In the meantime, you use bone like everyone else.
Yes, sir.
I like that. This is a good employee.
Elves.
I told you.
He motions one of the other half giants, and the half giant brings you a bone greatsword. And when you get real good, you can have an obsidian greatsword, and then maybe someday you'll get that one back.
Sounds fair.
It is. It's very fair.
I'll work real hard.
You don't
Harder than anybody else.
I make a note of the half giant that has the keys to the chest.
If I work real hard, can I get a spear with an axe on the end of it?
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't make
That's not a thing.
Even I'm watching him, just being like, Osvald.
I've seen it.
Osvald is having his
seen it.
weird
Nobody
visions
knows.
again.
Like, you dreamed this weapon.
It's real.
There's no reason to have an axe that's that long.
With what? A pointy thing? I don't even know
What would they call
how
it?
that would even work.
A spax.
Yeah.
Max.
It's
It'd
okay.
probably be what? It's a pole and an axe, so it'd be an
It
axle.
makes so much sense.
Axle.
I've
An
seen
axle.
It. An axle. Yeah, and you use it like, you know how a spear gets further. You get
I know.
further with
Oh
it.
yeah, I know how a spear gets further.
A
Yeah.
spear
gets
this
further.
gets further, but
Yeah.
it's an axe.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's an axe, and but
Yeah.
it goes further because it's
It
long.
goes further. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but would it do as much damage? I think.
I
I
mean-
feel like part of like doing damage with an axe.
I don't
is
know. I
that
want to
it's,
find out. I've seen it, and I want to find out about it.
Where did you see this? Did
I-
you have a vision or something?
I'm telling you, I think he dreamed it, but
I was on the countryside one time, and I saw a caravan,
Okay.
and he was just holding one of these.
you
and
were
I
going to
thought-
rob the caravan?
No, well, it was after I was
You were
going to
rob the caravan?
I mean,
You were in between bandit
okay, I'm
jobs?
sorry. I'm used to talking to the authorities now, but yes, I did rob the caravan.
Okay.
I did, and he ran away with that weapon, but it was a good weapon. It's real.
All right. Fine. It's real. In the meantime, we're gonna go and I guess set up another ambush for tomorrow on the same road that we got y'all on, and we're gonna take some stuff.
Now, I was wondering one small thing. As we were being led back over here, I noticed like all these caravans, like all the wagons look the same. What's up with that? Like, is there only one caravan that goes on that road or something?
You work for them. I'm not. Don't talk to me like I'm one of these.
But like, why not diversify? You know,
Because that is what we get the money for.
for this specifically.
Yeah, we are paid.
I'm just trying to figure out how it
we're
works
paid.
since you're my boss now.
We are paid to pillage these caravans.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you.
We are
That's all.
not.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's all I need to know.
There's a reason.
You don't attack the other caravans. To be
To be clear,
clear,
we don't.
don't attack the other caravans.
Even if we see them on the road.
Those have protection.
Oh. Okay.
Okay,
I mean, they all have protection, but they have protection
Like
from us.
protection.
Exactly.
Okay.
Who do we work for? I'm
You
asking.
work for me.
I mean, but because I gotta tell you, I don't want to find out that I'm working for a magic user.
Oh.
You know, if your boss is a magic user, this position isn't right for me.
Are you sure about that?
Maybe I could be coerced. I just want to know,
As much as I do like this plan, I'm watching being like, come on, Oswald, come on, Oswald.
I just want to
I'll
know
tell you-
who.
I'll tell you right now. I have seen. I'm not going to give you his name, but I have seen the gentleman who takes care of us, and he has the ability to cast some spells.
Oh, okay. All right.
He is a magic user.
I think that's fine.
Okay, I can work through this.
Okay, so you don't have any problems with people who use magic. You can work for one.
Yes, it's
He just is kind of dumb about it, and he doesn't really get it.
Well, yes. You see, the way I was raised was that magic was always bad. You know.
It is. It's evil.
And yes, it is. But it was. You shouldn't even help it at all. You know. But I'm becoming more open-minded.
Yeah, right
Like,
now it's fine.
Yeah, and.
For this particular instance.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
No, I still think it's wrong, but
Okay. Fair enough.
This is working out.
Okay, let's. So, from the outside, I think they've got this in hand. Can we like
You're
start to?
handling it beautifully.
Well, I was gonna say, can we start to get an idea of like the size of this camp, the number of half giants?
Yeah, you guys scout around. Make me wisdom checks, the two of you.
Oh, that's not my forte.
No, especially not right now, because you have tinnitus.
Right. They've moved away from, far away from us, haven't they?
Yeah.
So I rolled a 6, which is a 4 with my -2.
Okay.
So that is a failure. I'm marking.
9.
Okay, so you, as you're looking around, you think there's between 40 and 50 half giants in this camp.
We can take them. We
Yeah.
got it.
You, as you're looking around, you're kind of just scouting around, and you actually you hear Embyr you think you hear Embyr just shouting your name, just shouting, and finally you're like, "What?" And Embyr is nowhere to be found. However, when you scream that, because you're like, you just can't, you're deaf right now. You say it much louder than you planned on, and 2 half giants actually come running around the corner and see you, and they look at each other and say, "Human,
Not running.
we're supposed to kill you, I think."
I want to go. No, look, I'm walking.
Make me a charisma check.
But I'm just walking here.
That's a 7. I get +1.
Yeah. So the half giants are like, "Okay, you come with us though."
All right, I'm gonna drop another smoke grenade.
Okay. All right.
Well,
Oh.
that's 4, 5, 6. So that's another failure. This is not the best set of moments for me right now.
Those
No.
smoke grenades are just not.
They're not going
doing
great
it.
for you. So this, you actually,
Ember's just sitting in the crate like, yeah, like it's unbelievable.
so you throw,
Every fucking time I do anything.
so you throw the smoke grenade, and it hits the ground, and just for a second doesn't do anything, and then it looks like several bottle rockets go shooting out of it basically, and set several caravans on fire.
Oh.
So now the town
nice.
is actually on fire in several different locations, and the half giants look at you and are like, "You're here to destroy the goods." That's it.
Oh fuck!
So they both go running at you.
All right, I don't think I can take on 2 half giants.
Probably not.
I might have to really lean into this coward character I'm playing.
So you guys actually hear this though, because you hear Gideon shout, "What?" And then you also hear a kind of like an explosion, but then you hear whistling, "Zoo, zoo, zoo," and then you just hear, and then you hear fire. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what that is.
So
we should go check that
the elf
out.
actually looks at you and says, "We should go check this out."
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So he points at first he looks at you and says, "Just drop them. You don't need them."
Drop.
The two
the
guys
the
that
bodies.
you're
Drop the
holding.
bodies.
Oh!
They had become one with you.
Yeah. You were just holding them the whole time.
You don't even put them
Yeah,
down nicely. You're
yeah.
just fuck it.
Oh.
I forget that they're there.
Yeah. So he said, "Drop those. We don't need them." and then points at two half giants and say, "All right, let's go. Let's take care of this." So the two of you and two half giants are now scouting for Gideon. So yeah, he motions for you to leave. So you go outside the building.
Okay.
But the elf actually stays in the building.
Okay, so with two half giants.
You've got two half giants with you. The half giants actually look to you. They're like, "You in charge now. You're the smart one."
Okay. I'm gonna say. I'm not sure where the sound came from. You two go that way, we'll go this way.
All right, boss.
And I just point them in the opposite direction of where the sound came from. You two go that way, we'll go this way.
All right, they go running.
Oh, can't wait to get those sons of bitches.
Yeah, let's get them.
All right, so yeah, you think Gideon is probably like a block away, so pretty close. I mean, it's a small encampment. So yeah, he's probably maybe 7,500 feet away from you, so pretty close.
Okay.
So you just go running off towards him?
We just go running off that way.
And you're following. So what do you do when you hear this miniature explosion followed by larger whistles?
Why were
and
you
then
saying my name over it?
explosion?
Yeah, why was I saying your name over and over again? I'm no longer in the crate because we got out of the crate
Yep, correct.
to look around.
Yeah. So you were just kind of scouting around looking to see if you could figure out how many are here.
So I was like a block and a half. I guess not a block and a half, but maybe like around the corner,
Sure.
wherever the closest corner is from where we were, just like scouting around.
Yeah,
And I
you were
hear
pretty
this
close.
happen.
You guys wouldn't have split
Yeah.
apart for very far.
And I hear this happening, and my first reaction is to go for my guns, but I choose not to because that just seems like a bad idea. But I do turn around and I sort of start back, but trying to like stay behind the caravans or the caravan, wherever our caravan is, until I get back there.
Easily.
Behind the caravan. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Are you hiding?
Yes.
Okay, so you're back at the caravan, hiding. You are. You want to hide. Actually, the caravan has been moved though to a different location.
Oh, okay.
Because you guys kind of like, he hopped off the bottom of the caravan and you would have hopped out like when you were kind of close. So the caravan is actually now towards the,
So it's gone.
it's like towards the wall of this encampment. So if you want to go that far, you can easily go over there and hide inside of it, you know. But you'd be running like past.
No, I'm trying
Gideon.
to like stay by him, but stay out of sight.
Yeah. I mean, you can always find like a tent to hide behind.
Sure.
Okay, so you hide behind a tent that's, you can see Gideon from where you're at. He's like 30 feet away from you now. All right, Gideon, so you have two half giants that are running directly at you.
Okay. I have two half giants running directly at me.
Because I could shoot at one of them, but I'm not trying to like draw attention to all of them.
Do I see that they're coming towards me? Like, do I know that?
No, you don't see them yet. They're a little further away than
Well, I also
Ember
know that
was.
if they get here, they probably have to play like they're not on my side.
Exactly.
And I'm not in my armor anymore, which would make me slightly less recognizable from like
Very
distance.
quite a bit less recognizable.
All
Do I
right.
have
He's only
anything
known you a
else
couple
on
days.
Besides like my skivvies at this point.
No, you have regular clothing, like you know, you have
Just like in underwear.
I'm just
Yeah.
like
You
okay.
wear armor and nothing else.
Right.
yeah.
That's how I like to roll.
Oh man, that would chafe so bad.
Yeah, like
Terrible.
Ugh.
So I just have like regular plain clothes.
Yeah, exactly.
God, I feel like that would be so hot with the sun.
Yeah.
Just burn you.
Yeah.
Burn into you.
Yeah, you're right. By the end, you take it off and your skin peels off with it.
no.
Why did I do this?
That's why you never take it off.
It sloughs off, our word from
Yeah, slough.
sessions ago.
Yeah.
Sick.
I don't understand why Jack hates that word so much.
Because he worked in a mortuary.
Oh yeah.
You got to see skin sloughing off.
Yeah, but that's why would that bother a person? Like, I mean, at that point, a dead person is literally the same as a table.
Yeah,
Very
you're
good
right.
point.
Desensitized.
They're literally the exact
They're just
same. It's like,
objects.
hey, you guys want to have dinner?
Yeah, I was
And
gonna say you just
pop it on a
bring
table.
the fucking
Like
corpse.
those sushi parties that you see,
Yeah.
only with a dead
I'm
person.
gonna bring over
Yeah.
a corpse next time for
Yeah.
game night, and we're just gonna play off the corpse.
Well, here's the thing. I would never eat sushi off of a naked person because that's a live body.
Yep.
Like
Have
that.
some respect.
Yeah, a dead body, fine, because that's just literally the same as a table.
Okay, so
They have restaurants for
running
that,
is my first instinct
Yeah.
here, but I feel like I gotta create some confusion. And there's like two of them
Like
on
using
me.
a smoke grenade, maybe, that you would throw to the ground?
Well, smoke grenade's what I've tried already.
Yeah, I know.
And I feel like having just thrown one down,
Yeah.
just throwing another smoke grenade's a shitty move. So I'm going to leap onto one of them and try and whack him with my
With your
explosive glove.
Love it.
Yeah. Because you know what? You got an explosive glove on
Use
both
it.
hands.
Gotta use it.
You gotta
Yep.
start hitting things. Today's not been a great day.
Maybe switch out.
So that's a 5, 6, 7.
Technically a success.
I guess, yeah, because I could do dexterity.
Had a lot
Yeah,
of
no, it
technically
definitely
Or
successful
my
things
explosive
happen.
gloves.
Dexterity.
And
Yeah, I've got a lot of
so I guess that works, right?
Yep.
I get to roll damage, but then
Yeah,
you
because it's
you
the same
can-
as a hack and slash. It just does extra damage.
Yeah. All right, so that's a D8 plus a D6. 6. Not
Okay.
bad.
No, it's not bad. So you do 6 damage, which is good, and I'm gonna have it. This half giant isn't wearing armor, so you do the full 6 damage. Unfortunately, so you go to slap the half giant in the side of the head with your bomb glove, and the half giant backs up just enough and is able to put an arm up. So you end up hitting the half giant's forearm instead, doing still a really good amount of damage and blowing the half giant's like arm off from elbow down.
Awesome.
But the half giant gets super upset and just reaches for it and grabs you by the throat and just wrenches.
This is the 3rd time in this campaign I've been suspended by my throat.
Yep. Wow, apparently I have some sort of fetish with your character. Okay, well that's what it is. So you're gonna take you'll take a D8 plus 2 damage.
D8 plus 2. There's that D8. 4, 5, 6.
Yep, you can use armor for this.
Armor? Okay, so 5.
Okay, so and then the other half giant actually sees that you're clearly captured, so it doesn't attack you or anything. Turns around and goes running to get help, to notify the whoever's in charge.
Okay.
So who's next?
Do we see the one that's running off to get somebody?
Yeah, so that's the first thing you see. So we're in a new round now, and at the beginning of the round, you see this half giant running around the corner, like right in front of you. You guys actually you almost do the thing where you like meet cute, where you're running down this way, he's and then you kind of almost like run into each other.
I know I already, I ended the last round, but can I start this round?
Sure.
I just want to take, since I hit him with my right hand, I want to take my left hand and just smash it against the arm that's holding my...
Nice. Yeah.
Be like, I got 2 of them.
Yeah, roll me a hack and slash.
It's like, try and blow that arm off, right?
Oh,
no.
my gosh. I think all you did was piss him off.
Yeah, well, rolling a lot of fails right here.
Getting all that XP.
Level.
Oh,
Level
boy.
it up.
Yep.
Level.
Yeah, so this is...
Or I'm going to die.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's a pass, so I can't totally die.
Nope. So you... so roll your damage
All right.
with the extra d6 from the exploding glove.
3.
Okay.
Not rolling well today.
That's actually
That's better for you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Because you so you actually that explosion is damage you take to yourself. You don't get to apply your armor for that.
Wonderful.
So you go in to smack the half giant's elbow that's holding you up. You're like, oh, here's the weak point. If I blow off the elbow, then the arm doesn't function anymore. Pretty standard scientific response to being choked.
To blow the arm off.
To blow the arm off. Yeah, that's what I would do. I just wouldn't have explosive gloves on my hands to do it.
I might just like throw the glove.
Yeah.
I might not be wearing it.
So unfortunately, this time you actually modified this glove because you're like, oh, maybe I don't want the explosives on the.
Well, because last time I used it, it blew my hand out.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're like, maybe the explosives should be like here, and I can like backhand or something. But unfortunately, you're just like wildly flailing, so you didn't really think about how this glove is different, and you just do this, and it just blows up right in your face.
At least you don't have an eyebrow on that side already.
Yeah, that's like.
Do you also not grow facial hair like on the side of your head?
Well, I'm
Not
clean
anymore.
shaven for the most part anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but if he did try to grow a beard,
But
this
is he
side would be
clean-shaven
less.
because he can't
My
grow facial hair on
my
one side of his
hair's
face?
a little patchy because it gets like burned and blown off.
Yeah, and it seems especially on this side.
But otherwise I have like kind of like dark brown hair.
Nice.
You know,
Oh,
like
nice.
it's just sort of
Yeah.
like.
Wild and crazy
And I wear goggles most of the time.
Love it.
for safety.
Yeah.
Um,
No, it's for sure.
right.
As this guy is running away, I'm going to do the whole thing where I look like I'm running, but I'm like running at the same spot that he is. So we're doing the dance of
Oh, where you're
excuse
like,
me,
"Oh, I'm sorry,
excuse
I'm
me,"
sorry.
but I'm purposely going the way he is.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you're
excuse me.
You're
And then-
blocking him in the most
yeah.
polite way.
And I'll be like, the boss told us to go this way to catch that human. Why don't you just get out of our way?
Yeah, excuse me.
All right. Make me a dexterity check, as you're just trying to copy him, basically. You're just like dancing back and forth trying to block him.
That's not good.
Oh.
4.
Okay, so roll me a d8 plus 2 damage. The half giant just punches you in the face. It's just like, get out of my way.
Oh.
Damn.
You can apply your
Hit
armor to
you
that.
hard.
That's gonna be 4.
That's not bad.
No, not at all.
Can I try to trip
Oh,
him?
it's plus 2 though. So it's you rolled a 9 basically.
Oh, so it's
So it's 5, right?
6.
Oh, 6. Okay,
Still
cool.
not bad.
6.
No, 6 isn't too bad.
It
Okay.
depends on what you have, I guess.
So yeah, so he just literally just like punches you, and just for a second you're like, ow, that kind of hurt, and he just
Yeah.
dodges around you.
I'm gonna try to chase after him. I'm gonna
I
say,
try
I challenge you.
So he punches you, and you basically challenge him to a duel.
Yeah. Come on.
No, that's
They
fine.
have to. We
I like
spouted
it.
lore.
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly what they do. That's
Spouted
a
that
half
lore.
giant thing. So yeah, the half giant, the half giant's like running, and you can like see like we get a camera angle from the front, and the half giant's like, and just turns around. It's like when Marty McFly gets called chicken. It's-
Lots of Back to the Future references
What are
right
you,
here.
yellow?
Let's
Yeah.
pop this back in the middle of the.
Meanwhile, back to
Meanwhile,
the
Back to the
future.
That sat right there last time
It
for the
did.
whole session.
It did.
Okay, so
Meanwhile, back in the past.
what does Tenna Boone do?
Okay, well, I mean, I guess they're occupied.
They're occupied. You
So-
can't interfere with that. That's an honor duel.
I will run forward to where Gideon is being held extended by this other half giant.
I want to real quick just expound
his
upon
face on
the
fire.
half giant like challenge, the call out culture for half giants.
Call-out culture.
I'm pretty sure it is like it actually is kind of like Back to the Future where the half giants are like, "What are you, a coward?" And then the half giant has to
It's like,
be like, "Nope, I'm not
no.
a coward.
It's
like-
ain't yellow.
I ain't yellow."
It's like in if you guys see the movie Rebel Without a Cause.
Oh yeah.
They treat chicken like it's like the,
The
worst
worst
insult
thing
you
in
could
the
possibly
world.
throw at someone.
Yeah.
I'm no chicken. Don't call me a chicken.
Yeah.
What are you, chicken McFly?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll run over to this half giant that has Gideon extended by his hand, who also has an arm blown off,
Yeah.
and I'll just be like, "Oh, great, you captured him. The boss sent us over here to get him. Fine work."
He's like still squeezing his sword. He's like, "He blew up my arm."
Well, you should go get that mended. I'll get him, and I'm gonna lightly punch Gideon in the face.
I got
You're
4
gonna
hit
have-
points. Don't punch too
Oh,
hard.
you only have 4 hit points?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna actually punch you in the face. I'm okay. So he's like extended.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like walk over and just like pick Gideon up, so he's like not like
Not being
hanging,
hanging,
from the,
yeah.
and be like, "Don't worry, I got him. You can go get that mended. Go
Uh,
stuff something in your cuts."
the half giant gives like one more extra little choke and then lets you go.
Yeah, you caught him.
I'm gonna take your arm when I get back. The half giant goes running off.
I'm gonna put Gideon down and be like, what in the world are you doing?
Can I pick up the stump of his arm and wave it at him as he
No,
walks
the
by?
half giant actually like grabs
Takes
his
his
arm
own
and
arm
takes it with
to take
He's
with
like
him.
trying to refit it as he goes.
Right.
Yeah, like maybe they can put it back on.
Looking at it.
Spoiler alert: they cannot
They
put it back
cannot.
on.
not here.
No,
No, that's not how this technology level works.
no. There is no cleric that would waste the ridiculously high level spell on a fucking half giant. No offense, Darrel. So yeah, the other half giant though is locked in an honor duel with Osvald. You guys are still can still go. What do you want to do? Oh,
I'm
thank
gonna-
you, Matt. Matt heals Gideon for 1 hit point.
Yay!
Is that Matt 5'10"?
It is.
Nice.
And I'm gonna kind of like keep hands on Gideon, just that if anybody walks by, it looks like he's physically restrained,
Yeah.
even though.
I mean,
he's really
Gideon like looks in terrible shape.
Yeah.
My face is like you know how in a cartoon when like they're like, oh, I'm trying to eat a hamburger, but there's actually a bomb inside the hamburger, and like
Right.
an old like Warner Brothers
It
cartoon
is.
kind of thing. They go, and they go,
Yeah.
and they go, and they have like hair going back, and their face is all black. I look like that.
Yeah. Also,
That's really what happens.
yeah,
When
al-
you blow up a bomb
in
your
real
face.
life.
also you can just see the handprint,
bruise
the
that's already
hand
forming on
the
his
handprint shaped bruise all over his neck. If you look like if the casual passerby walked by Gideon, that they would be like, that dude is almost dead. So people probably aren't too concerned about how tightly you're
Yeah.
keeping track
Yeah.
of him.
I just
'cause-
don't want him to be like standing there,
Yeah.
you know, and people are like, why is he just standing there?
Yeah. You clearly something has been done to this man.
Well, my
I
attempt to be
did it.
stealthy
Exactly.
has just rapidly crashed and burned.
Yeah. Well, it's difficult to be stealthy when your plan involves explosives. Or,
That's
like
true.
your getaway plan, which I get it. Like the smoke thing probably would have worked, but you know the problem with failure on bombs and grenades is failure is pretty much going to be loud and flashy and dangerous.
Yeah.
So, Embyr.
Yeah, I want to stay. It's like I want to stay close. Because now I have the idea that it's like, okay, there are like 40 or 50 of them that we're looking at. We know,
Yeah.
don't necessarily know exactly where we are, but that's how many we're looking at. And
Yeah.
I want to be able to keep them sort of I know where they are without like obviously being right up there with them.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to sort of like hang back and try to like be as stealthy and as quiet and as hidden as I possibly can.
Easy.
Great.
No problem. Okay, so Osvald, what are you doing in your honor duel?
Is it possible to defend on yourself?
Yeah, sure. You can defend yourself.
I think it's also like situational, isn't it?
The old damage.
Yeah, you can like defend an area, and
Yeah.
you can just make the area like everywhere around you.
Person, item, or location.
Yeah, so you can just defend the location.
Yeah, well, there's no reason. Yeah, it doesn't really help me to do that. Because I can't, like, counter stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so...
You gonna take a swing?
As he's coming at me, I'm going to do a project force, and I'm going to say, you got a hit on me, now I get a first hit on you. Because it makes sense, because he hit me before the duel.
Yeah, I like that you're like, you got a hit on me, I get a first hit on you.
Yeah.
He like for a second he's like really confused. He's like, no, I got the first hit.
Yeah, well, if he's dead, then we'll kill him.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a lot. That's a 12.
Yeah. Okay.
Right
yeah.
in his stupid face.
Plus 3 piercing. 3.
Okay, not a ton, but yeah, a good solid hit, and it's piercing. So you punch through the little bit of armor that he's wearing. So you actually you give him a pretty solid little punch, but with a 12 plus, like that's such a good hit, and with it being project force, like there's definitely a psionic component to it.
Yeah.
The half giant actually like takes a step back and is like, we're cool.
Okay. Okay.
We're cool.
Okay, I let him go on his way.
Yeah, the half giant just like goes
These
walking
like
off.
Just made me
duels are
mad.
just to like
Well,
satisfaction.
but wasn't he
Yeah.
still going to tell somebody that we found
The
Gideon?
half giant,
mean-
the half giant just goes like
A
home.
It's
different-
fine.
Okay.
We,
Yeah.
He's
oh,
like, never mind.
Yeah, this has been a bad day.
either way though, we stalled him.
It's
So
true.
I don't care if he's gonna.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you guys are actually now kind of, so you go off to the side and you're kind of hanging out like in an alley off the side.
I come in carrying Gideon on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
come out. Of
Letting you
wherever
take
I
a
am.
little breather.
Out of the shadows. All right, so the four of you guys are hanging out in an alley. What do you do next?
so apparently they work for a guy that knows some spells, and he's the one that's. But I couldn't get a name out of them, even though I tried my best.
They're being paid specifically to target Ableton caravans.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently,
damn it.
the other caravans are under some sort of protection.
We've got a fucking sorcerer or wizard in this whole thing. Son of a bitch. That's gonna make things a lot harder. All right. Well,
And they took all my shit.
you guys need
And
to
they're
stay
about-
on
they're
their
about
good
50.
side.
There are about 50 of them.
Damn.
You saw how many there were?
40 to 50.
40 to 50.
All right. Well, you guys need to stay on their good side because there's no way we're just gonna take this whole group out by like brute forcing the whole thing. So, you might have to turn me in. I don't know what the plan would be from there.
Or we can say that we killed you.
You'd need some sort of like proof of that, and I don't have any fingers to spare. So.
I was just gonna say, too bad you're already missing
Do you
those
have a-
fingers.
Maybe we can take some of your hair. This is all that's left.
I don't feel like he'd buy that.
We killed him.
It's a little too convenient. They're gonna want a body or a head or something
all
like
we
that.
had left was this tuft of hair that I was
Well-
holding on to when we blew his ass up.
But if you blew up, nothing would be left of you, right?
I mean, there would still be
Except
pieces.
that
Yeah, but
That-
what I
Is
think
that how explosions
I
work?
think he doesn't know that I have the potential to blow up quite as much as I do, and let's not tip that hand this early in
Okay.
things.
Considering the whole plan has to do with explosives being hidden around camp.
Yeah, I want to keep that one hidden.
Okay.
Take me as a prisoner for now, all right? We've already got one huge explosive that's like in the middle of the camp. I have enough on me that I could at least make them think that we have more set up and ready to rig. Like, let's get in. You guys keep good. I'm your coward leader who abandoned you.
They still have no idea.
We need to
Emperor's even
figure
here.
out. I mean, here's the thing. We need to figure out who's paying them. That's the real important thing. So, as if we can just stall long enough to find out who this person is, well, then obviously I could at least try and work on blowing myself out.
And if these other houses are paying protection, wouldn't the other houses, I mean, they would have to know who they're paying protection to or from.
That's a good point. Look, I know this isn't the situation I'd love to be in, but I think you got to take me prisoner.
Okay. Before we do that, let me do something. Wind health.
Oh no!
Oi! Nope.
Didn't lend no health.
And
Nope.
now you lost it.
I
I
lost
appreciate the
Where
effort,
are-
Osvald.
Yeah, so Oswald
They're
just
halflings.
reaches over and puts a hand on your
They're
forehead.
talking about their halflings.
And
Kinda
then
like
takes it
masquerade
away
as
and
a
you're like,
halfling.
Right?
She's fine.
That's it, huh?
Like, she's
I'm like,
fine.
I get what you were trying to do, buddy.
it. I tried.
Right. I
Yeah,
get
where
It's
are
just
their
not 100%
halflings? Where are the
reliable.
halflings? They've
They're
mentioned them.
mysterious halflings.
That they feed
You actually,
dead bodies too.
yeah, you actually saw some very nearly feral-looking halflings in the building when you were in there. You two
Like
both
how
saw
people
them.
would keep like dogs or something, but they're halflings.
Yeah, I mean, damn near, yeah.
Okay.
They look,
I'll relay that
they look
information to Emma.
terrifying.
Like no halflings I've ever seen. They look wild and crazy. And they mentioned something about feeding people to them.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
You've heard about halflings that, I mean, most halflings, like, not in the cities, but like halflings that are survivors out in the wastes, it's not uncommon.
Yeah, it's not great, but yeah.
So that's what we got going on with the halfling situation.
I mean, it's a way in.
Yeah. Well, maybe we could hide you. I'm not wearing a whole lot anymore.
Just regular clothes,
regular clothes.
a big old bone sword.
I'm not
But
gonna give up my guns, but
Yeah. Is there a way with Oswald's trench coat for Embyr to like kind of hide underneath him if I'm carrying him on my shoulder?
Oh, sure, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, Gideon would have to maybe drop a few
Kind of.
explosives out
Okay.
of there to make room. But he definitely has a halfling-sized amount of explosives in his coat that he could get rid of to make room for this halfling.
And then I'm not sure how we would get you over to where the other halflings are, but that could get you in the room.
Yeah, he easily has 30 pounds of explosives in his jacket.
Think about that.
Why am I so tired when I walk everywhere? Well, I don't know, Gideon. The 30 pounds of explosives you insist on carrying with you all the time.
But like he has more, because if he has at least 30, it's like he's gonna make room for me, and there's still, you know, it's like he probably has like 60 or 70
Right.
pounds of
Right,
explosives.
right.
Yeah, he's really skinny and small, but he looks like a pretty good sized person.
Looks pretty beefy, but
Yeah.
it's just like all components.
It's
Yeah.
all explosives.
So do I think that there's a way that once we got in the room, that I could kind of like maybe standing next to like a pillar or something like that she could kind of scurry down the back of me and remain hidden in the room, or is it like?
I mean,
super open,
that's a
people
plan.
everywhere?
That's a plan that could, if everybody makes their rolls, could absolutely work.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
crazy.
Jordan,
What did I miss?
I think that so Ember's maybe going to try to infiltrate the halflings.
The
Even
feral
though
halflings
they are
that eat
feral
things?
and crazy and yeah.
Solid.
At least it's a way into the building, so
Yeah,
that I
to
can
keep
look
us
around for
all
other shit.
together in the building. So
Does
we're
anyone want the last
thinking
Modelo, by the way?
maybe
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
Anyone's
you.
welcome to.
that you might
One of
have
my
to
beers,
drop a
too.
couple of
Craft beer.
bombs to
I'll
have
take
Embyr
one.
hide
Don't mind.
under you when you kind of hide her with your trench coat on my shoulder, like as if I were carrying both of you on my shoulder.
All right.
You'd
So
probably
you're kind of disguising like where she is.
you'd have to
You had me at bombs.
You'd have to
Well,
clear some space in your
little bit.
jacket, probably like 25 pounds or so of explosives, like to make room for her, and you'll still have more like
Well,
on
we
you.
could hide them
But,
somewhere
like,
we can come recover them later.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hide them somewhere, like put them under a barrel or something, come back and get them later,
Yeah.
but you're going to have to get
I'm
rid
just
of like
holding them in the road.
yeah. Like as you like you guys watch Gideon unload like 20 to 30 pounds of explosives.
You're just like, oh my god,
And
how
we're
do you
like-
have
and
this
we're
much?
like,
in
that's
your-"
got to be all of it, right?
guys
You're like,
realize
"That's
that I'm, like-
20%.
You guys realize that I'm like stick thin, and then you didn't
I'm
realize.
like 80% explosive.
Like, but I never looked
Just
like
both.
I never looked like a really big guy.
Yeah.
But like you realize just how much of my like
Stuff.
of your
body
mass, is just components for explosives.
Yeah.
is explosives
Yeah.
and equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like actually, he's a decently sized guy, and then you see him take like 20 to 30 pounds of explosives out, and you're like, oh, he's smaller than I thought, and then you're like, oh, but there's still more. He's so skinny.
There's a lot more, actually.
He's so skinny.
How big is that coat?
right? So we're just trying to think of a way to get Embyr off of my shoulder, hidden with the other halflings once we get in the room.
Smoke grenade.
Oh,
It's worked for me before.
has it?
It's also failed for me before. It worked for me in the.
That could work. I mean, we could maybe play that it just fell off.
I mean, it'd be believable. They're probably gonna search me.
It's not like that hasn't happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I haven't been with the group long enough to know if that's something that happens or not. So.
Eventually, they're just gonna get sick of Gideon and be like, you know what, just kill him because he keeps blowing shit up in our
Right.
encampment.
Right.
I assume they'll probably confiscate my shit
When you
before
get
too
in there.
long. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first thing they're gonna do when you go in there, when you turn him in.
So is this what we want to do? Is actually
These are
turn
amazing.
Gideon in?
Yeah,
Right,
it's
on the
really
shoulder.
good.
All right, so
Yeah,
you,
I think it's a good plan.
all right, so you carry in Gideon on your shoulder,
With Embyr underneath.
with Embyr
those are
underneath,
good.
and then Osvald, helping to bring Gideon in. So you bring him into the main building where
The other halflings are dressed still like normal halflings.
they're not just
we
like
need
city
to-
people. They're kind of in like scraps
So I
of
should probably like
clothing,
take my coat off, and like I'll have to like put my guns wherever we like hide
where you hide the bombs. Yeah,
bombs.
Or hide them. If
Um,
you can. I don't even know.
I mean you could
My guns, they're small.
you could
I
probably
can't-
hide
I
them
can't-
like
I probably can't hide them on my person. though.
no, not on your person because you're gonna be wearing mostly like torn, like you're gonna
Yeah,
tear your
cloth,
clothes and
like,
stuff
yeah,
to make
yeah.
it look more like a wastelander.
All right, so we do that.
All right, so Osvald actually can probably hold on to your guns. He's got his nice-
while they bring me in, I'm gonna be like I'm like dazed and beat up. I'm gonna be like, no, put me down. I'm your leader. Come on.
Walk him over as close to the
Don't you have any loyalty?
enclosure where the halflings are as possible, and try to like drop him in like a heap so that you can't see Embyr, maybe.
All right, so do you?
I also assume that I, like,
are you like
myself
are you like are you throwing him down in a heap, or are you kind of like being more gentle about it?
I mean, I'm not like violently throwing him down on the ground.
Okay.
But yeah, kind of like dumping him down.
Okay, so you're dumping rather than okay.
Yeah.
So I'll let you make it a strength check.
All right.
But you take 1 damage.
Done.
So I'm making a strength check right now.
Yep.
8.
Okay. You take another damage, and it works, and it works well. Embyr, make me a dexterity check to.
I'm at a happy 3.
Oh no!
That's still a 7.
Yeah, 7. I have 3.
Oh wow!
Fuck.
Thank
Yeah, that
friggin'
level
goodness.
6.
Yeah.
Level 6. Yeah, that makes a difference. All right. So yeah, you sneak. You're able to sneak out. Unfortunately, like the other halflings, they're like
don't accept me as like part of the pack.
They're like, we know, we're not.
You're
idiots.
not.
I'm like, and they're
They're
like, no.
The feral halflings are like, we're not
not
idiots.
dumb.
Like we just eat people. Like we may eat people, but we still get like we know you're not one of us. So they definitely like shun you, and they kind of like move off to the side, and they just kind of like look. They eat lunch at a different table.
Are they just
basically.
You
Are
can
they
sit
just
with
kept
us.
in a pen like they're livestock?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, how like people
Can
keep
they speak?
attack dogs.
Yeah, but they speak halfling. It's they don't speak common. So
No, that's fine. But
you
I
can
didn't know
speak,
if they
but
were just like.
yeah, that's halfling. So yeah, that's halfling. Of course, that's how they speak. I didn't realize.
I wasn't gonna know if they just like growl.
Yeah, I
if
didn't
they
know that.
actually
I didn't
spoke.
realize that both of you guys spoke halfling so well.
You know.
That's exactly how they speak.
Like,
I've been 2 halflings in a trench coat my whole life. So.
Exactly.
You get it.
Know. You get it.
it.
Yeah. So they kind of like jabber at you a little bit, and yeah, they.
We halflings just get a bad shake in this.
But the
world.
good news is nobody seems to speak halfling other than you.
Yeah.
So you
They're
know.
like, who is this bitch that just walked into our
Exactly,
pen?
yeah.
And everybody's like,
they're like we don't know what these
Like,
halflings.
they don't get
are."
along.
Yeah, exactly.
Do the half giants eat the halflings?
No,
What are they
But the
for
halflings
then?
eat people.
the halflings absolutely eat people.
Do they
it's
keep
like
them
the
like
pi- it's like the
pigs?
pigs
They
that
keep them
feed
like
the
pigs,
bodies
yeah.
From
to.
Snatch?
Oh God, I didn't think about that.
They
But yeah,
feed
that's
the
basically
bodies
what they
too.
are. Yeah, that's basically what they
Weird.
are. Yeah. You think that's weird? Come on, that's normal. I can't tell you how badly I want little small
People
never mind.
eat
I don't
other
wanna, I don't want to follow that.
no, don't follow that through.
You're like, we were doing a bit here. It got bad.
It's not even that the bit got bad. It's that I. Nice. Thank you again from Matt. 1 more hit point healed for Gideon.
Yay!
What does that put you up to?
4.
You're back up to 4.
Yay!
So
I don't know if I like took out a bullet and like showed it to them, would they be like interested in it?
Like, ooh.
Like,
Are you trying to get them to eat
it's
it?
shiny. No, I'm trying to get them like not to be so
no.
weird around me.
Trying to get them
yeah,
to
they
act
would.
fucking
Yeah,
normal.
they would. Yeah, they would be definitely interested. It's metal, so actually, it might not be a good idea because they might flip out and start fighting over it because metal is very rare. So, in fact, you think if you showed metal to them, they would almost certainly like just violently attack each other until one person clearly won it from the others. So maybe
How many of them are there?
there's 6.
I was like, I'm just giving them all.
So it's like 3 regular people.
It's like 3 regular people.
Wow.
You see actually 3 trench coats hanging up on the wall.
behind them.
Yeah.
Whenever they need to go out into like normal society.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever they need to run errands, they just put on a trench coat. Well, no, as soon as they put on the trench coat, they speak perfect common.
All of a sudden.
Oh my!
They're enchanted trench coats.
Yeah. Yeah,
We recognize one of them as the
Egads.
merchant we talked to
exactly.
earlier.
Yep. The thing is, the trench coat is magical. Not only does it give you speak and understand common, it also gives you a Ponzi accent.
Oh my.
Dear Lord,
Claire.
by the sorcerer king.
Okay, so you are hanging out with your halfling friends.
Just hanging out.
Hanging out with your
Yeah,
halfling.
like we really didn't think about this.
No, this is a
the
Yo,
elf,
what's up, my
super
lings?
half
the elf leader looks to you and is like,
Oh,
"Oh, this is
we're
impressive. I'm
bringing-
glad you brought back the."
Amongst yourselves, you can call each other hobbits. We can't call you hobbits.
No, that's only your word.
Right.
But as we're bringing him in, I'm actually going to be saying, stop, we're not going to kill you because you want that so much. You're going to spend the rest of your life in prison because that's what you deserve, not death, what you want.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Coward.
Oh, hey.
Trying to get us to kill you like a coward.
Oh, God damn it, Darrel! I am so in love with that. That's
So good.
so insane.
Stop asking us to kill you, coward.
I'm like whispering
The-
to him,
the
like,
elf-
I'm like, good job, Oswald. Don't overplay your
Don't
hand.
overdo it.
but
Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Please don't get me killed.
The,
Please
the
don't
elf,
get me killed.
yeah, the elf actually looks at you lying in the heap on the ground and says, "He wants to die."
Yes, he says he doesn't want to live in this world anymore because he's too scared, because the coward he is.
I'll spit on him.
Oh no! Jordan really has become the kicking post of the table today.
I'm sorry, Jordan.
It's okay. Gotta play the role you're given.
I don't think he fully trusts
It's
me.
part
I'm
of the
just
illusion.
trying to win
You
his
got to.
trust.
Makes it more
That's it.
convincing.
That's what's wrong.
Yeah, actually, that solidifies his trust because that is, I mean, to be honest, that is one of the worst things you can do to any
Okay,
person.
actually, she spits on me, and you expect to be terrible, but I'm kind of like, all right, she can play along.
Yeah,
Wow, nice.
yeah,
Impressed.
We're kind of conning this guy together, right?
yeah. That's true. You definitely have been.
Am I
conning
right?
him. Yeah, you've been conning this guy real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's on, like, he's convinced of your loyalty now because that's so fucked up. Spitting on a person, just
Everyone in the room is like-
for people in chat, I don't know if people in chat know this, don't spit on another human being.
It's
Don't
just
do it.
the worst.
It's not chill.
It's not chill. And that's really what I always tell people. I'm like, hey, stay chill, don't spit.
Unless you're in a situation like this where you're doing an illusion that
Right.
you're trying to have this, you're
I would
tricking
I would
somebody.
describe it as, yeah, more of a trick than an illusion.
Yeah. If you're
Yeah.
tricking somebody, you can,
Although,
you
you
can
know,
spit.
Tricks are something
There
whores
are
do for
people in
money.
this world
Exactly,
that do
and that's what
actually
they do.
not chill things and only get 3 months in prison for them. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
Well,
whole thing.
yeah, it's crazy.
I'm so glad we
spit on
don't
that
live in a
guy.
world where that's what's going on.
In other news, these are delicious.
Yeah.
So,
This session of Dark Sun is brought to you by Snyder's.
of Hanover. Hanover is a German province, isn't it?
It's a lot of places.
Yeah, it is.
There's a county called Hanover, and
Well, yeah,
around
but
Richmond.
but I think Hanover is like a
Hanover,
big Bavarian like pretzel
Massachusetts?
place.
Hanover, New Hampshire?
I could just be talking out of my ass.
well,
Anyway,
it's where Snyder's is.
Well, that never happens.
right.
Up your ass.
Right up my
I
ass.
don't know if anybody knew.
So the elf,
pops on these pretzels. on.
FYI.
the elf,
Ooh. Snyder's suppository.
50% less sodium.
Oh my, salty.
the half giant ties you up, or has the elf has one of his half giants tie you up, and then looks to you. This one was with you.
Yeah, before.
Did he set all the fires around here?
I think so. This guy's a mess.
Yeah.
Spits again. Keep spitting.
I just kind of like sit and like let it.
He likes to. He's a coward. He likes to run away and hide. So he's got all this smoke shit, and he tries to like set it off so he can run away like a big
Yeah,
freaking baby.
and as you know, smoke sometimes turns into fire. So it's all this smoke stuff. He has
He's
all these
not very
smoke.
smart, so sometimes it catches things on fire. It looks like.
Yeah, smoke doesn't turn things into fire. That's not how that works.
But I
Yeah,
think,
it's-
I think it's like
Are
It's
you
the other way
sure?
around, you
Wait,
you traitorous idiots.
It's the thing that like explodes open to cause the smoke.
Wait, are you saying that smoke? Okay, thank you for that. I did not know
It's
that.
fire then smoke, not smoke then fire. Yeah,
Oh,
it's different. Yep.
This guy is smart.
Okay. Wow, you're a great leader. I'm
Yeah,
glad
yeah,
I work for you.
That's true.
Thank you, leader.
Okay, so you're here working for the house. Did they tell you to come in here and set everything on fire?
I wasn't supposed to get captured.
Well, you weren't expecting to go up
Yeah.
against us,
Yeah.
were you?
You people disgust me, okay? We were paid to get those goods to the goddamn city. Just kill me, all right? Because I
We're
don't
not
wanna...
gonna kill you. We're not gonna kill you because that's what you want.
All day with this. All day.
Wait, was he saying this before you got captured too?
No.
Oh.
Just until
Just-
up until
Yeah.
we got
all
captured.
this specific day.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just all this one specific day
Okay.
of time.
Okay. I just want to have the timeline correct.
I'm sorry that I was not more clear, leader. I will be more clear in the future.
Look, I don't give a shit about House Ableton. They were just paying me the best. Okay?
Oh, so if I paid you more, then you'd be more helpful for me.
Well,
We said
I
you
mean,
were
maybe. House Ableton paid pretty well.
That's. Wow, that's interesting.
Smart. Yeah.
How about
Unexpected.
how about
Traitors
this?
went over them all right up.
It's about honor for us, coward.
Yeah.
How about
You're over there like, fuck you, motherfucker! And like, halfling and nobody understands what you're doing.
You're eating dye right now.
the elf looks over at you and like, I thought I had 6 of those, not 7.
Man, it's weird that you keep halflings like that. That's something I've never seen before.
The half giants must have brought me a new one. Well,
They had a lot of stuff they were bringing in when they had us.
yeah,
Must have
maybe
been
they
a
just
good-
brought me a
good
new one.
haul.
Yeah, a halfling. That's something to keep around. Well, all right. So how about this? You're good at setting fires. How about what if I sent you back to Rom, and you set some fires there for me?
I might be into that idea. You know, I mean, when you've got a talent, you can use it.
You successfully set the fires, and you come back. I'll pay you upon completion of the job.
Well, okay. You just want me to set fires around Rom, or
No, not random fires. I'll tell you exactly where the fires need to be set.
Well, you know, I know the city pretty well. I mean, I think. Can I? I don't know the names of the places, but can I roll lore to like suggest a few of the like great houses in the area and like suggest a few places that would be like particularly. I want to bait him into.
Go ahead and roll me just a basic intelligence check.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
10, 11, 12.
So you start spouting off other houses and stuff like that.
Let me tell you how good I know this place.
And-
I can hit this place.
Yeah.
And this place.
And he's
Yeah, and I actually have kind of thought about which
Oh, of course you
buildings I
have.
could take out if I like
You
needed
totally
to.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
I don't think a moment goes by where you haven't walked past any building and been like, here's how I would blow that building up.
When spies like walk into buildings, they're like, all right, there's the exit.
How
routes.
many
People could be
exits?
watching
How many
from there, there, and there.
people?
I'm like, I bet that's load bearing.
Exactly. Yep. So
You're like,
you
there's definitely already structural weakness over in that corner.
yeah. So you start listing off different places, and he says, no. You're okay. You're really all right. Just so that we can save time. I'll give you a list of merchants. I want you to burn down their stalls and anything that we haven't taken from them. And you leave alone any merchants that work for the other houses. So only merchants that work for Ableton.
Man, what's Ableton done to you guys?
Ableton's fine. The people of Ableton are, it's just business.
Look, man.
I have very specific instructions from my employer. You leave the other houses alone.
All the other houses?
We need all the other houses. Well,
look, Ableton's in good with the Sorcerer King, okay? I'm not going to piss them off
good
specifically.
with the Sorcerer King.
Sure, and before I'm going to blow up one of their houses, I want to know specifically, I want to make sure I'm not going to have a Sorcerer King coming down on my ass. You know I can't handle that. None of us can.
Coward.
No.
Make me a charisma check.
Coward.
Oh,
What?
Oh.
Not a very charismatic thing to say. That was a 4.
Oh, no.
Great day for
That
Gideon.
you don't want the Sorcerer King coming back down on you?
The entire purpose of this is to have the Sorcerer King coming down. Not on you, but on the house.
You're fucking crazy, man.
We're going to get the Sorcerer King to take down Ableton.
Oh, God.
If enough of the merchants are upset at one specific house, the Sorcerer King's going to have to listen to those merchants, and he's going to take that house down.
That's what this is about, huh? Smart.
Yeah.
This
All
is
the-
all about taking down Ableton.
All of this business, and then whatever business they had control of, we'll go over to somebody else.
Is there somebody, lined up?
Like maybe the person that's paying me? Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you guys are in for a pretty good payday if you can help me out, right?
All right.
Imagine how much money there is in taking over the entire operations of a noble house.
I can imagine.
All right. Okay. I'm willing to talk about this. You got to take me to wherever you took our caravan. I've got some supplies there. But I think that we can talk something out.
Okay. So you left supplies out in the wastes?
No, I mean you brought the caravan back.
Oh,
with
you
us.
mean
I
here in
had
town.
I had some of my I had my gear with me.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm gonna need it if we're gonna make this work.
Okay. He takes the half giant that had the key ring, or the keys, as well as another half giant.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got 2 half giant guards.
Okay.
And he walks out with you and motions to everybody else. Not you, because you're just a halfling that eats people. But he motions to you
Are
guys
they in
somewhere.
like a
Yeah, I was gonna
pen?
say, how big is this pen? Like, how does this work?
It's just like a little fence. Like physically they can get out pretty
Yeah.
easily. Like you got in
And
very
just like
easily.
they know that this
They
is
just
just
know
where we hang out.
this is where we hang out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we think this guy
There's
has
nowhere
like
else
gotten
that
the
we, like,
loyalty of all these
go.
half giants?
We just stay in this pen, like we like sleep in this pen, and we do everything.
Yeah, you see there's like literally piles of hay and shit.
Okay.
Okay. So she's
As
like,
we're going,
in
I
this
kind of
room.
want to say to
Yeah.
one of the half giants, like, I can't believe you let yourself be ordered around by an elf.
Make me a charisma check.
Stirring up trouble.
10.
Nice. So, yeah,
Finally.
playing to that half giant pride.
Yeah.
The half giant's like, the best job. This is the best job I've ever had.
Why though? I mean, you could crush this guy like a bug.
Yeah,
What's he
except
got on you?
what do you mean? What? Some people do different things. I do my thing really good. This guy tells me what to do, so I do. He does that thing really good, and then I do good at agreeing with him. We all do really good at different things.
I mean, who tells him what to do though, right?
The guy
Everybody's
with
got a
more
boss.
money. The guy with more money. That guy has more.
Who's this guy with more
Money.
money? How do you know he has more money? I've got money. We've all got money.
Yeah, but nobody has as much money as him.
Who?
His the clothes that he wears is like fuzzy.
It's like that soft kind of stuff?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about.
Who is it?
Does this guy wear
I don't know
furs?
his name.
You don't know his name, huh? They don't
No.
keep you in the loop like that?
Well, I'm not supposed to know names.
Who's supposed to know names?
The guy, our guy, my boss knows names.
Just the elf?
Yeah.
He keeps y'all in the dark about everything else?
One time the guy visited us. He has fuzzy clothes. I saw him. He's a guy.
What
He
do you
has
look
fuzzy-
like?
He's same as this one.
Was he wearing like fancy clothes like I had on when I came in?
No, more fancier.
Even more fancy than my armor?
Yeah, more fuzzier.
Did he have like
Fuzzy armor.
special stuff on it? Like, you know, like mine had like this cool symbol on it. Did he have one of those? There's a lot of those in the city.
Hey,
the big
can I,
city.
while we're
Yeah.
talking, can I try and pickpocket this guy? Try and get, this is the guy who had the keys to the armor,
Yeah, the
right?
guy with the keys. Yeah, yeah. He had. It was.
Because I've
he
got
had
tricks of the trade,
purple.
so I guess I'm
It was-
at least
It was purple and
a
it was
somewhat
fuzzy,
able pickpocket.
for sure.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
try.
he was purple and fuzzy and.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Well,
yeah.
that sounds nice.
It was.
Sounds real fancy.
My question is why is an elf leading a lot of half giants? It just doesn't
Well,
make sense to me.
We were talking about this, Oswald.
Oh yeah. Oh
when
sorry.
you had to go
I
to
did-
the
yeah.
laboratory.
Yeah.
I like pat his arms and I'm like, man, you know, with like muscles like these, you should really be in charge. And then while I'm doing that, I kind of try and slip
Grab
the
the
keys out from
That's
his.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
We're-
no problem.
half giants are stronger than elves.
Yeah.
Why would an elf?
Well, he seems to think it's about the money, Oswald.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
because of the purple fuzzy guy.
There's a
Purple,
guy who wears
fuzzy guy.
purple.
Is he
soft
also an
kinda
elf?
Clothes.
No, I said he was a person. He was a human like this one.
Oh, those humans and elves.
Yeah. Purple. You don't see much purple around.
No, because purple's hard to make.
It is hard to make.
It's color royalty
Uh-huh.
in ROM.
And he's only been here that one time.
Just only the one time that I saw. Maybe he was here in the beginning parts. Maybe the beginning parts.
Are there like other people around that work for him other than like the elf?
He has somebody.
Like his, you know, like his people.
He has somebody. Yeah, he has somebody that watches the elf to make sure the elf does what he says.
Yeah. Because, you know, like, I came from a nice house and, like, I'm a really good fighter. I just want to know, like, which way to work
Yeah,
up,
but you're
you know?
not though, because you're not a half giant.
So I can't go work for the other guy because I'm not a half giant?
Well, no, but I mean, no, because you said
Yeah.
you were a good fighter, but that can't really be
Yeah,
true.
you're like half of a
Oh.
good fighter. Like
Okay.
Because half
All
giants are the good fighters.
Yeah. You'd never be as good of a fighter as half giant.
Okay, Oswald.
So we know.
I think I understand what the gentleman is saying.
Oh,
So
Thank you for your assistance.
You're welcome.
Mansplain.
we know
For your
it's a half giant splain.
Yeah.
Giant's plane.
Okay, so we know if the guy in charge is purple
So good.
somehow, or like wears purple furs, or
Yeah.
something
Where's
like that.
soft, fuzzy? Is it like fuzzy, like
I wonder if we know, like,
It looks like when you look at it, it's like cloth, but then when you touch it, it's not like cloth. You know what that is? Where it's like not cloth, but it
Yeah.
is. When you do that with cloth with your hand.
I have
And
no
then it's
idea.
like soft.
Yeah, but it's fuzzy.
Is that fur? Are we talking about fur
No,
here?
because it's purple. Purple isn't fur, or fur isn't purple.
It's like
We don't know
felt or
that.
something.
Dark side's weird.
The half giant, the half giant's like, I don't know a lot about this world, but purple isn't fur.
He's right. You shut up.
Purple.
Purple ain't fur.
That's what I said in the start.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying. trying to
Well-
just get in.
Anyway, but he did say that there's a guy in the town as well.
So we know a
Who
little
works for the
bit.
guy in
Who
purple?
works for the guy in purple?
We know a little bit now about what this guy who's in charge of them is. We know like kind of what to look for if we were to search around high society. This might be our ticket. I mean, our plan rapidly falls apart every time we make one up.
Of course.
But like maybe the thing to do now.
I know.
Maybe the thing to do now.
I don't know any.
Poor Ember is just like, sure, I'll hide over here. Sure, I'll stand over here.
Now that we have a little bit of a description, which is probably more of a description than the elf would have given us of this guy with his purple fur that's not, or cloth that's
It's
not,
soft, fuzzy cloth.
that's not
purple.
cloth, which I don't know is some like magic bullshit thing. I don't know.
We'll have to. We'll know it when we see.
We could, well, we could now use this as an excuse to go back, expecting us to plant bombs around the thing.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm not super against planting bombs around the Ableton estate, but it would give us something to look out for.
Purple velvet man.
Do we want to go with this, or do we want to like continue trying to figure it out from within the camp?
I mean,
I want to. I don't like this purple man because he uses magic.
Well, and whoever this is clearly higher up in this whole thing and has some magical thing.
Whatever
And it
will-
seems like they're trying to bring the Sorcerer King down on Ableton so they can't be the Sorcerer King themselves. Right?
Yeah. It's got to be another royal house. Who wears purple? Do,
Well,
the,
who
do
would
houses have specific colors?
Everybody make me a wisdom check.
Like for specific colors of houses?
What does confused do?
Gives you a -1 on this.
Okay.
So I rolled a 9, but that's a 7
Ugh.
with my confused.
Yeah, the colors of your house are blue and white.
So I have a +2, so it just goes up +1.
So it's a +1 instead of a +2.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Damn. It's 5.
No. Mine's a 3.
You have -2 wisdom too?
Yeah, because
Actually-
I also have a doubility.
Actually, you know what? That really should be intelligence, because I'm actually having you remember a fact.
All right, I'll do intelligence. I'm much better at, but 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Rerolls? Okay.
Reroll or same roll?
Same roll.
Oh,
Okay.
same roll, then I nailed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What'd you get?
because I got a 9, 8,
Okay.
7, but I actually got 11.
Okay,
with
so
the
you got 11.
intelligence.
Yeah.
I
No,
just
I don't
got
want
a-
you. I don't
I just
need
got a
you.
5.
I don't need you to re-roll. Okay, so yeah, you actually remember that Silas was wearing purple robes when you talked to him at the party.
Bastard.
Yeah, and
I knew
it
someone was
was.
up with that piece of shit.
He has money. Of course, he's a piece of shit. Everybody in Dark Sun with money
Here's
is a piece
my
of shit.
card. Find my cargo.
But,
Suspicious.
Yeah, suspicious.
all right, so it could certainly be him.
Vicious.
He could be driving up the price of goods. Like, I mean, if he's an important merchant who is,
He's behind the line of Ableton, and he has been itching and scratching, trying to be number
Well,
one for the Sorcerer King.
that's a really good idea. I mean, if Ableton is taken out, someone probably needs to take their place economically
yeah,
in the
he just
social
wants
order.
To fill the void.
And it seems like
the
he would be
big
the
dick
natural
that he
next
is.
thing.
Just dicks filling voids.
You know.
God, I'm classy.
Classy as fuck. Classy AF.
Or purple could just be something that classy people wear because it's rare and difficult.
But I mean, I feel like houses have specific colors, right? Like
They
in
do,
the
yeah.
world.
There is not a house in Rom where purple is one of their colors. You do see people wearing purple because it is a regal color and it's a way for people to feel important.
There's not a house that specifically is the color purple.
No.
But it's rare to see purple.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Silas had a purple robe.
was he wearing?
He was wearing a purple robe.
But what was the robe made out of?
It was like a velvet,
Okay.
so kind of fuzzy.
All right.
Yeah. So like as you think back about it, you're like, oh yeah, that's kind of makes
kinda works.
sense. Yeah. Velvet is a little fuzzy.
What do we say his last name was?
He didn't say. He just said Silas.
Silas.
God damn it, Silas.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Does this guy know our names?
You haven't
I guess we
introduced
haven't
yourself
said it,
to
right?
him. Yeah. So you don't know. Anyway, the elf walks you out to get your gear at the wagon at the caravan, and he looks all of you over and says, "Well, I'm gonna keep obviously everything here in the wagon, and just so that I know that I have your loyalty, or at least you've got a reason to come back. I'm keeping your armor and your sword.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got anything important. You're giving me one of your gloves. And actually, you're giving me both of your gloves.
Oh, come on.
You're giving me both of your gloves. So he takes both of your gloves and your armor and your sword. And you're fine.
And me, keeping me.
yeah, keeping you. And he
keeping your whole, just
and
your
yeah,
entire person.
and he
unbeknownst to himself.
yeah,
All
and
right.
he sends you back, and he says, and he gives you some a small amount of water and food, enough to get back to Rom, and
Sweet.
says, "You're coming back." And he hands you the list of merchants. He says, "All these need to be burned. I'll know if you did it or not. When I find out that you've done it, you come back, and I'll pay you. You're gonna get paid very well."
Hey,
So,
boss.
how confident do I feel about this Silas could be the person? It
Pretty
seems like
confident.
does
I
everything
mean,
fit pretty well?
Yeah, everything circumstantially fits pretty well. obviously there's no proof of anything other than...
So this guy is trying to take our shit, but I have the keys to where I know he's keeping your shit, at least.
Correct. And probably where your gloves are going to go, too.
Yeah, but I'm saying I should set off my bomb now, and then we just get 30 feet away.
Gotcha. Oh, because he's right next to the cart.
Yeah, because he took us back to the cart.
Yeah, that's true.
If I set it off fucking now,
Yeah.
we kill him, take the stuff, go back, and be like, found the guy.
Yeah. Good call.
Or if we go back and say, can I want to ask him, like, look, are there any contacts we need to make when we get into the city?
I'd rather you, I don't want, if this goes wrong, I don't necessarily want...
Have we picked up a name of this guy?
If you ask him, he'll give you his name. I don't think I gave you a name, so I'm going to say his name is Remus.
Well, I'm going to say, all right, yeah, I want to know who I'm working with, so I like, introduce myself, say Remus. I say my name is Silas? What was it?
Oh, Silas.
Silas, and I watch for a reaction.
Okay, yeah, he gives you a very strange reaction.
He's just
when
kind
you
of
say Silas.
Silas.
Yeah, he's
all right. He's like, my name's Silas. Great, that's all I needed.
Yeah, he actually says, is it actually Silas? Is it Silas?
Yeah.
Your name is Silas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine.
Okay, that's all I needed.
Yeah.
That's all I needed. I want to set the bomb. I want to, like, casually push the trigger on the bomb that I've set in the caravan and try and set it so we've got a few seconds to, like, get away.
You actually, the way you set it up is you actually have to kind of kick one of the wagon wheels, not the one that you kicked before.
Thank
Great.
goodness.
So, okay.
Yeah, but you realize thinking back, you're like, oh shit, if I would have kicked the other wagon wheel, that would have blown
I
the
know,
entire
I'm
thing
just
up.
I'll say, like, I'll say some phrases to
But
you
we don't
guys,
know
like,
when, so
guess
that's
it's time to
fine.
mosey.
Right.
I'm going to say, like, guess it's time to mosey. Like, one thing is just a little off, which basically means, like, we need to get away from where I am
Yeah.
right now.
Here's the
Making
thing.
fun of me because I was
both
like,
of-
make sure you tell us when it's going to blow up so we can mosey on out of there. And you're like, sure, I'll tell you so you can mosey.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
So
Yeah.
what I want to do
Let's
is,
mosey.
like, kick that wagon wheel. Like, as we go, kick that wagon wheel, like, bye, you shitty old caravan. You know,
Yeah.
act like it's just like, fuck you kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
And then when we get to, like, about 20 feet away, we should all run.
Yeah. Of course.
but never look back.
So I want to try and
Yeah,
kill.
don't look back.
The idea is I want the plan, which could very well go wrong, is I want him to die or be heavily injured in the explosion, go back and get our shit, go back to the city, claim that he sent us, and see if we can get the final nail in the coffin on Silas and then turn him in.
Okay, so your bomb goes off, killing everyone around it, including the elven leader. The building that you're in empties out. All the half giants go running out to look at this huge fire, which has now enveloped all of the other wagons that they've collected, and you see tons of crates and tons of goods just going up in flames.
I want to like
now.
knock over the fence and be like, be free!
All the halflings go running.
They just start devouring the dead bodies
Yep.
through the explosion, just ripping into flesh.
Yeah. Well, at this point, the meat is cooked.
Right. So it's not even gross.
No, it's no longer gross.
And we're just like,
For a second, you're like, should I?
You're like, be
I'm like, do I need to play
free.
in? And I'm like, I don't really need to play into it.
What is that
anymore."
amazing smell?
Yeah. So, yeah, and all the half giants see the elf like dead on the ground, and they look, over at you guys like running away, and they're just like,
They're like, well, this guy's dead.
yeah. They don't literally. They're like, well, now what? So they
Wait,
just
we
don't
didn't
seem-
get anything.
We probably could have
We
claimed
were supposed to
leadership.
bring back the goods.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So you.
I'm gonna actually,
hey,
is there a
Oz-
small
I was gonna say, I want to
box?
like grab something on my way out.
Well,
that's
yeah.
like, supposed to
But
be.
Osvald,
specifically, I want like
You
You
a
can
want to,
easily
like,
grab
turn
it.
around and claim
that
leadership?
has
Like, you could
Silas's
claim...
Yeah.
emblem
You grab a
that he
crate.
gave us.
Yeah.
I'm going to run back and say that I killed the elf. I'm your new leader.
All of the half giants look at you, and they take a knee in front of you.
Yes!
Oh, amazing.
Let's grab these goods and follow me. Get
So
in the caravan.
There's very few goods that are like not on fire, but they grab like a dozen crates and load them into the one remaining wagon, and you guys head back to Rom on that wagon.
There's like a slightly fucked up wheel.
Yeah.
Hey, so I want to talk to Osvald and be like, hey, Osvald, I say as far as the people back in the city know, all the goods were destroyed in the explosion. They knew how it was part of the plan, and things went wrong, and all the goods were destroyed. If we take it to a different city and sell the stuff, we could fund our operation.
You're good at planning, Gideon. I like this plan.
You're the one who makes it happen.
No,
That's what
no.
happens here.
Do I hear you guys talking?
I'm
Or are
being
you guys, like,
discreet.
to the two
the
of
three of
you
us.
are next
Well,
to-
no. Ember's part of it too.
Oh, cool.
But,
I'll
like-
just stand over here.
Well, actually, you know what? You know what? After everything we've gone in on, I want to be like, I just want to be like, look, Tenna, you don't want to be stuck with these prissy noble pricks all the time, do you?
Did we get her stuff?
Also,
You have any
Oh, I
pictures?
did. I had the keys, so I went back.
You had the key, but actually, there's actually one half giant that's actually like guarding the stuff and will not let you take it.
Even though he's the leader now.
Do you say to give him all the stuff in the crate in the chest?
Yes, give him all the stuff in the chest.
There is an immediate rebellion against your authority.
Oh, yeah?
Because
Oh, no.
this is all the treasure that they've been collecting for
Oh, really?
a long time. Yeah, these are like their
Maybe
spoils.
just her stuff.
Just have it spread out amongst the half giants. I go,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
how about we divide it all evenly, but we get the first pick because you're the leader.
Okay, we're going to divide.
Is this democracy? One of masks?
Well,
yes,
he has
this is,
been dreaming about
This is a system that I've thought up
Okay.
where everyone has an equal say.
Okay.
Everyone has.
And people with more money have more say, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
So democracy.
Wait,
I don't want that to happen, but it might happen.
Can
Well, it's
we
happening
just
now.
spend like a couple hours with Osvald like describing his idea of democracy to the half giants?
Yeah, and at the end, the half giants are like, let's just put the strongest one in charge.
Okay. Okay, I'll keep thinking on
Yeah.
this.
So they let
Perfect it.
you guys take the first pick, and you see so Tenna, you see your armor with your very nice pretty armor. You see your sword, and then you also see the beautiful shield with your your house crest on it. But you can only pick one of them.
Okay.
Well, as you're picking, I want to like give my pitch where it's like, Tenna, you're out here doing this. Do you really want to go back to these noble people who treat you like they think of you as scum? You know how noblemen think. You're just a regular person.
I mean, I would agree with you,
I mean, I'll tell you, being
except for
in that
the
pen was
fact
not
that,
fun.
yeah, I never got treated like that. First of all, the Abletons wouldn't keep halflings in a pen like pigs.
It is insane. That is a
I'm not
crazy
saying
thing
we
to
got to
do.
keep
And I've
halflings in a
been with
pen.
the Ableton family for years. They rescued me from unimaginable.
All right, and they
Travesty.
created the kind of corruption that created this.
They're trying to.
Cyrus is like part of their Silas is like part of their entourage.
Listen, I hear what you're saying, and I can guarantee you one thing. I'm gonna murder the fuck out of Silas. So I'm with y'all right up until that point, and then I'll think on it, okay?
Okay, well,
I'll do you that solid
you should-
of thinking on that later.
You should stay with us because I want you to stay with us.
You want me to stay
Yes.
with you?
Oh God, you're so sweet. Oswald is way too sweet.
I'll
She
think
gets all, like,
on
blushy.
it. I'll think on it, Oswald. I said I'd think on it.
So what do you pick? You pick the sword, the shield, or your armor?
I am gonna pick my armor.
Okay, you pick your armor. All right, so you don your armor.
Because if we remember, I did not have a shield or a sword.
I was going to say, and apparently you don't use your sword that often.
I'll say my gloves were destroyed in the explosion, explaining why it takes me a while to
build
get my
newies.
gloves back.
Yeah. Actually, I really like the idea that both gloves are fine. There's a half giant wandering around somewhere with exploding gloves.
They don't really fit, right? They kind of only fit on like.
He's
the
got it on
tops
3 fingers. He's like, oh.
So do you.
Yeah, so
Right.
do you.
Technically,
That's
you're
correct.
wearing your gloves on 3 fingers.
That is exactly correct.
Okay, so you don your armor. The rest of the gear gets doled out to everyone else. You find your way back to the city of Rom, and as you get back to the city of Rom, you can actually, as you approach the grounds of the house, you actually see Templars stationed all around the perimeter of the house. Templar steps forward and stops you. I'm sorry, no one is allowed in here.
I'm a representative of House Ableton. We're returning from a sanctioned mission.
If you're a representative of House Ableton, then you are the remaining sole representative of House Ableton.
I'm sorry, what?
That house does not exist anymore.
Please elaborate. Because when we left, they were
a pretty powerful house.
yeah.
Well, the Sorcerer King sent us in to stabilize the situation as quickly as he could.
Stabilize what situation? We've been gone a while.
There was, unfortunately, there was a slave rebellion in this quarter of the city. Other houses, unfortunately, were targeted as well, but Ableton took the brunt of it, and the slaves.
How much damage was done to these other houses?
Well, less. Ableton, unfortunately, did not have any survivors.
Slave uprisings.
Yep,
Son
there's
of
a
a
slave
bitch.
uprising.
Okay, so can I spout lore to know for a fact that the Abletons were one of the houses that actually treated their servants the best out of all noble
Sure.
houses?
Not true.
No.
Somebody's got
Yeah.
Stockholm syndrome.
So yeah. So as you
It was just me because I'm so special.
well, you believe that though.
You
Like-
were like sure they treated the slaves well, but like they were abusive and shitty.
Well, here's the thing, like. You're like, well, but they treated me pretty good, and they did treat you pretty well.
You are a battered woman.
Yeah, well, it's one of those and it's one of those situations where it's like, oh, the entire system is so incredibly bad that probably every house was abusive. Not probably, almost certainly. So but for some reason the rebellion focused almost entirely on House Ableton. And the entire house family was murdered.
Well, sir, that's fine. I understand.
Think on that name.
Rebellions happen, am I right, guys?
Yes.
However, we do have secondary business with House Silas.
It's not House, it's his first name, right?
No, he's not a house. He's actually just a merchant.
Oh, he's just a dude.
Merchant.
Yeah. Just a dude.
So we do have business with Silas. He had hired us to return some of his stolen goods, which we have acquired, and I'll show him the crate that has his emblem on it.
Silas, well, you can go in and meet with him right now. Silas is actually putting in a bid to buy the house grounds.
Perfect. Thanks. See you later. Oh, I'm so fucking mad. Perfect. Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You're a
Oh my god, thank you.
So you head in. You head in with.
You're my best friends. You're my best friends.
I love it.
All right, so you head in with all of the.
Ember's still just like talking like something.
Yeah, the rest of you guys are like you can just.
snapping out of it.
It was nice though. It was nice to actually just speak Halfling for a while. So yeah, you head
The
inside
like
the.
15 minutes I was doing it, I can't
Right.
remember like the 20 minutes I was in my head. I'm like, guys.
And then.
You guys,
And for the
like,
next
okay, hold on.
for the next
That
3.5
was half and halfling.
days,
Half
for the next
halfling.
3.5
Half
days, you
halfling.
guys got to deal with that. It was long.
I learned like 4 words in Halfling. Then.
Yeah, you know how to
You
say.
Exactly. My pronunciation's not great.
It's not. It's really bad.
What's a tonal language?
Right, it really is. So yeah, you head in, and Silas already seems to be retrofitting the quarters and everything for new employees and for himself.
Unbelievable. Blood
So
ain't even
where?
dry on the ground, and he's
What's the name of the elf we blew up?
putting rugs on top of it.
Remus.
That's how things
Remus.
work.
Remus. I almost said Rethus.
Rethus. Rethus is a
Remus.
much better character.
Remus.
Yeah.
Rethus the Foundling.
Okay, so yeah, Remus is who you killed.
So we're just like,
Yeah, so Silas is actually he's
Did we
like
just
directing
leave?
some
I'm sorry,
servants.
Did we leave Fen and Makis?
No, they're with you.
Okay.
I was like, oh.
No, Fen and Rexton are with you. Well, actually, they actually came too on the way back, so they are both conscious.
They've been unconscious 4 days.
for like 3 days.
They were in like a coma for 3 days.
it's been tough.
Okay.
Yeah, but they
Now
both.
they're speaking halfling.
They wake up.
Well, yeah. The thing is, though, like you're like, oh, but I don't understand any of that, so it might not be anything.
They're just like.
You guys look at me, I'm like, nah.
That is.
We're like, oh, they're speaking halfling for some reason. You're like, no, they're
Cool.
that's not halfling.
Okay, so you actually see Silas. He's like directing some servants like where to put paintings and tapestries.
One of the reasons that we grabbed crates with his
Exactly.
sigil on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so Osvald has that crate, and this one has like a straight up bomb in it, as well as like several
Give it to him.
grenades.
It's just on top of it.
Yeah.
Can I like
like,
set the
"What's
timer
in
and be like,
this?"
we've got your stuff back, and it seems like everything's gonna be great for you. I guess we'll be on our way.
He says, well, thank you so much. I don't have any money on me right now, but I'll find you down at the inn that you were staying at, and
We'll be there.
Let you know. And just so you know, if you do decide to get smart and do anything at all to me, the Sorcerer King will chase you until every single one of you is dead.
Well, it sounds like a plan to me.
Moments later, the bomb goes off and kills him.
Yes.
So that's where we're gonna end. Well, actually, let me do a real quick jump back to the forward in time. And so we're in the legendary free city of Tyr, and a giant explosion has gone off. The plume of smoke and fire at the center of the city, and the legendary statues that Yenin has crafted, that has created for all of the heroes, including Embyr and the heroes from season 1, the beautiful, huge statues of these heroic characters, has
half
just.
size for me.
Well, yeah. Even yours is like human size, though. Like everybody else is
You're like,
huge.
look how big I am.
Yeah.
Like you're still bigger than it. Like you're
Yeah.
gonna eat it. He's like,
But
nice statue.
these. So as you guys go running towards the explosion and towards the smoke and the fire, you see that all of the entire complement of statues has been destroyed. Not just the ones recently created, but all of them have been destroyed by a giant explosion.
This is present day.
Present day.
Back to the future.
Back to reality.
Back to the future.
To
Yeah.
reality.
Back to the
Exactly.
future.
I'm like,
Yeah, the
Meanwhile,
statue.
back
Yeah.
to
So
the
and actually, so we go back to the future, and you happen to be in town because legendary free city of Tyr. Why wouldn't you be there? And you actually come running from a different direction, and you see all of the statues just rubble everywhere, just destroyed by this giant explosion. You know, however it happened. Moments later, you see Yenin shows up and teleports in.
I'm gonna try and make my way to a fucking.
God damn.
Are you in the area of the statues right now?
No.
Okay.
I think I try and make my way to a whatchamacallit base. The Veiled Alliance.
Got it.
Like,
So you're underground.
hideout. Yes.
Okay. So
In fact, I think I started heading underground before like the party even really got that
get it.
underway.
So you hear across the loudspeakers of the city, you hear Yenin speaking, and he says, "Citizens, the legendary free city of Tyr is under attack by other sorcerer kings. This is the beginning of war. This is an attack on our heroes and our civilians. We need to arm ourselves, and we need to take whatever measures are necessary to defend the legendary free city of Tyr." And that's where we'll end for tonight. So,
Oh man, he false flagged me.
Well, I don't know.
What's
I
great-
don't know that you did this either.
no, there's no
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll be like,
is it,
yeah. let's definitely
keep in
do it.
mind, like you guys have been hearing stories ever since you've come to Tyr that Tyr's been under attack by other cities. So is it so crazy to think that this
But
isn't
it actually
also?
is happening.
I mean, it definitely could be. This is a bigger explosion than I expected, but I
Yeah.
definitely helped.
Yeah. Oh. Thanks for tuning in to Dark Sun, guys. Really, really appreciate it. We're running very late on our 4 o'clock out today.
Super fast wrap up.
Yeah, so we're going to do a real quick wrap up. Again, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I really, truly appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun, kind of doing a couple of backstory games.
That's been fun.
Yeah, and we're about to, I hope you guys liked Jordan's character. Even Jordan knows. He's not real popular with Yenin.
Is anyone
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, so, who knows if Yenin knows that Jordan did it or not, but I think Yenin probably does know. You guys may not. And I think anybody with any amount of common sense outside of the game can figure out.
It's kind of my calling card.
Explosions aren't a common thing.
Right.
Non-magical explosions aren't a common thing in Athos. So, we'll see what ends up happening with Jordan's character if he goes on the lam permanently to try and avoid the Sorcerer King of the legendary Free City of Tyr, or maybe he can try and fight back. I would love it if you guys would tune in for the next few weeks. We don't have, I think we've got maybe, we don't have too much further until we wrap up season 2. I want to say maybe 8 episodes, 6 or 8 episodes, something like that. So,
wow.
Which is not an awful lot. So we'll see what happens with Jordan, and we'll see what happens with legendary Free City of Tyr.
I've yet to survive a campaign with Shawn as a GM.
Well, and I am going to start gaslighting you too.
That's already happened.
Yeah, well, this explosion is the start of it, because you're going to be like, guys, I blew up those statues. No, you didn't. No, you definitely didn't.
You couldn't have done
crazy. No, that happened. A city attacked us. So that's just the beginning of you getting gaslit. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you next Saturday. Buy Wes Otis's stuff. Go to DriveThruRPG, type in Plate Mail Games, and please buy his new product. So that's pretty much all I want to plug. Kelsey Kelsum on Twitter.
Darrel Haynes on Twitter.
Darrel Haynes on Twitter. See shows at The Nerdist. These guys are Nerdist people. Senior Ditch Day for Jordan. Social media.
At Jordan Pidgeon.
At Jordan Pidgeon. Don't worry about it, though.
Like the bird. At Alyssa Appleton on Twitter. And you're a writer. And you have something you're working on, but I can't remember what it's about.
Many things.
Cool.
Check out my Twitter. Link is in my bio. It's my book.
Yay!
All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I'm Mrs. Shawn Graham, and I will see you next Saturday.
Goodbye, Dark Sun Darlings.
Bye. Dark Sun Darlings.
All right.
Pose.
Should we resolve any bombs?
I
had one. I just wanted the running with Tenna. She's too honest to ever run any other time.